By the end at the top of the fourth, the wheels had completely fallen off.
The 1-1 pitch. Cracked in the sky to center field and deep. Mullins is back. He's at the track. He's at the wall. He leaps. And this ball is gone. Unbelievable. A grand slam home run by Michael Harris.
Keith Radd with the call on Odyssey Mets Radio as Atlanta capped a 9-run fourth-inning rally to seize control of the game on their way to an 11-6 victory, meaning the Met offense was shut out for the final 7 innings of this one. Step right up, Kodai Senga. He'll start tonight's rubber game opposed by Bryce Elder. It's another 7:10 first pitch on Odyssey Mets Radio. Mets are a game clear of the Reds for the final NL wildcard spot after Cincinnati took 2 out of 3 from the Phillies this week. Now to the Bronx, Cam Schlittler, 5 innings of 2-hit, 1-run ball on 86 pitches. That was enough for him, apparently. On comes Jerry De Los Santos. He faced 3 batters, didn't get any of them out, and the Twins plated 3 runs on their way to a 4-1 victory, avoiding the sweep. Paul Goldschmidt, dealing with a knee sprain, could end up going to the IL. He's hoping, though, to face his former team, the Cardinals, in a weekend series beginning tomorrow night in St. Louis. The Yankees are a game clear of the Guardians for the 3rd AL wildcard spot. Fan weather sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety. We've got 79 degrees, mostly cloudy skies in Central Park. And with sports flashes at the top of the hour, I'm Chris Lopresti.
New York sports is more than a game. It's a lifestyle. WFAN is the only place where Yankees, Mets, Giants, and Jets fans come together and sound off. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps. It's Brandon Tierney and Sal Licata on WFAN The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
You know I've been unusually patient, extraordinarily calm with the New York Mets. And while everything I've said for the last couple of weeks still remains true, what happened last night is unacceptable. And it cannot happen. That, to me, is the breaking point. How many times, BT, do we have to see this team go out there and stake their club to a 4-run lead, a 5-run lead, a 6-run lead? I have never seen anything like it. They actually score runs. They get an early lead. You're thinking the game is over. Going back to Sunday against the Brewers, you get a big lead like that, you put that game away. And these pitchers can't get out of the 3rd, 4th damn inning. Unacceptable. It's got to change. They have to figure it out. Stearns built this staff. We talked about the pitching lab and all this nonsense. And when it happens against a crappy, dead meat, left for dead, buried, pathetic Atlanta Braves team with your best pitcher on the mound at home after the record breaker and all that stuff, 6-0, you're clobbering them. David Peterson can't get through the 4th inning? Unacceptable. There are 2 things to me, BT, that are non-negotiable. It is when pitchers cannot throw strikes or choose not to throw strikes. It drives me up a wall. The other would be if your team gives you a lead. I don't care who you are as a starting pitcher. Certainly the best starting pitcher. Yeah. David Peterson was an all-star. You're an all-star this year. You're the one guy they need you to go out there and give some length. Good God, when a 6-0 lead, you can't get through 5 innings. Reed Garrett, I never want to see him again. You know how I feel about that. But the other thing would be if a team gives you that big lead, you cannot give it back. 6-3, fine. 6-4, fine. Get through the 5th inning. So to me, that was now they're really, to me, starting to show signs that they may not, in fact, be as good of a team as I thought that they were.
Okay, there's a lot there. I'm with you. Just a disgraceful, disgusting loss. And I wanted to see in that little hit piece there, which is on the money, I was waiting for one word: Stearns.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I heard that. As I was laying out, Liz, I heard Peterson. I heard a lot of things. I did hear Stearns, which is good because David Stearns is the one who went into the season with this starting staff. And now the Mets and David Stearns, I'm not saying that it can't happen, but now David Stearns and the Mets are basically beholden to a couple of talented, for sure, and highly thought of young pitching commodities. But they and we and nobody knows what they're going to do on the big stage. And quite frankly, Sal, you can make, and this is a bit of a different conversation, but I can make the statement that if these young arms don't come and stabilize things, the Mets are not going to make the playoffs.
Right, so think about it. A team that has the payroll that they have and was expected to contend legitimately for the World Series, now as we get toward, September, you're 2 weeks from September, whatever it is, they're going to be relying on at least One for now, with McLean coming up. Probably 2 with Sproat soon behind him. And I hope 3 with Tom, because how are you going to fix it? So we all know the issue, right? The bats have come to life a little bit. And you trust that they would at some point. Lindor, Soto, Alonso, even Nimmo, throw him in there, whatever it may be.
Yep.
And they've shown that they can do that. The bullpen, I trust wholeheartedly with Rogers, Helsley, Diaz. That's 3 legit.
You got to get to them.
Yeah, well, not even mentioning Soto or really. They have like 5 good guys.
Yeah.
Problem is we keep seeing Stanek and Reed Garrett because they're going to the bullpen in the 3rd or 4th inning.
Yeah.
It can't happen. So then the issue is, okay, we all know it can't happen. We all know it's been happening for far too long. How are they going to fix it? They have to fix it. That's why I said the other day, hey, bring up all 3, Tong, McLean, Sproat. I'm not saying that they're the answers. I'm saying that you need an answer, and at least there's a chance, and then you could move Holmes back to the bullpen and get rid of Reed Garrett, Ryan Stanek, all these guys who can't get outs. Reed Garrett, would it kill you not to give up a grand slam? I mean, good God, even if you blow the lead, you give up a grand slam? Ball was hammered.
Yeah, dead center.
Oh.
Remember, I said the other day, I said this about the Yankees, too, and Yankees didn't look good either. We'll get to them, but I said right now the Yanks and the Mets are bad at more things than they're good at. Remember I said that?
Yes.
I truly, truly believe that. And in the case of the Mets, as much as we're talking about Peterson, and I get the starting, and by the way, Peterson's been terrific.
He's been
last
great.
night aside. And I get it. You do your job, though. You can't walk 5 guys. I understand, like, you go out there with your B- stuff, your C+ stuff. You're not a robot. You're a human, and you were an all-star, and you've been the best starter. Everybody's entitled to a couple of bombs. I get it. He's a human being, but 5 walks is so substandard. That's unacceptable.
With a 6-0 lead.
I get you. And real quick, there are, I mean, even the 61 Yankees, I'm sure, lost, or the 86 Mets lost 11-6, but there's different types of 11-6. All right, the other team, you just have nothing, you lose 11-2, you get drilled. You lose 11-5, you get smoked. You lose 11-1, you get shut out. You lose 11-0. I don't know how many times any team in baseball jumps out to a 6-0 lead and then has 11 unanswered. So that's a different kind of 11-6 loss. But just to complete the thought about the totality of this mess, all right? So we all know about the pitching. That's the easy stuff. Oh, yeah, by the way, the Mets botched 2 double plays.
Yeah.
And both were absolutely gross. I don't know why they sent Pete from try to score on a one-hop laser to right field. The exit velo was well over 105. He's out by 3 feet. And Soto, once again, who's starting to hit the long ball. I get that, but 2 on, down 3. And it's only the 5th inning, strikeout. So, like, all the other things that and they're not a bad team based on their record, but they've been a bad team for way too long. Not turning double plays, not hitting in the clutch, not getting past the 4th inning, relievers coming in with gas cans, questionable coaching decisions at third base. It's just like the Mets look awful.
Not to mention the Phillies lost, and the Mets could have gotten right back in the division. They would have been a 4-game deficit and rolling. It's the crappy Braves. It's a 6-0 lead, and you have your best pitcher on the mound. Like, Peterson's not going to be perfect. I get that. But with a 6-0 lead, the very least he could do is get through 5 innings.
Just be competent.
Oh, my God.
You don't have to be perfect.
And by the way, it's not just one game, and it's not just the fact that the starters aren't giving length. It is 3 games in a row that the Mets have been staked to early leads, and their starters give it right back, and they can't get through the 4th inning. This may be the worst display of starting pitching that I've ever seen from a Mets fan perspective. And I've seen rotations with Mark Clark, Jeff D'Amico, Pete Harnisch, Pedro Estacio, like, you name the scrubs that we have seen in the Mets rotations for years. And even if they were staked to 5-run, 6-run, 4-run leads, you put it in your back pocket and you go get the W. Like, the hard part was getting the 5-6 runs. The easy part should be pitching through that. I don't understand it.
Even the horrendously inept, just terrible Mets teams of the late 70s and early 80s, at least they had Craig Swan, Pat Zachary. Like, they had a couple of guys. Now, Peterson's been really good. I love him. And I know you do as well.
Yeah, I like him a lot. He's done a great job.
But this is becoming contagious. Generally, you don't hit and runners in scoring position. Kind of becomes a little bit of a team-wide issue. Remember when the Yanks were throwing the ball all around the field with Volpe and some others? It becomes like it almost swallows you up. I guess the only hope, well, there's 2 hopes. The young guys change the course of the starting pitching soon, or the other guys just get their act together and get their heads out of the behinds and start doing their job. Now, let me say one more thing. Like, this is the other aspect of what bothers me about some of the commentary with New York baseball. And we do it with the Yankees, and we always hammer Cashman and run through 20 years of litany of mistakes. And we do, and I said Stern, so I'm a little guilty here as well. But at what point can the players start doing their jobs?
But
when?
Here's the counter to that. And I'm with you. Like, that's what we said. Cohen, Stearns, they built the team. Now go out there and do the job. The problem is, in Holmes' case, right? Because it's not all equal. In Clay Holmes' case, it was very predictable to say that you're going to take a guy converted from being a reliever for years and have him in the rotation, that at some point the innings were going to catch up on him. He's far past it. So, you look at Holmes and say, you could understand how he can't give you much length right now. Move him to the pen. Okay, you can fix that. Montas, nobody in this town, and I mean nobody outside of David Stearns himself wanted Frankie Montas. That's a guy that he chose. That's strike number 2.
Yeah.
That's why with Peterson, to me, it's different because he's not so like, it's not just that, well, the Mets don't have a rotation that can get through these innings. Well, some of it is because of the way that they design the rotation as it pertains to Holmes, as it pertains to Montas. The other guys are where it's perplexing. Senga's never been a guy that's going to give you great length. He's been abnormally bad since he's come back from injury.
It's a big star for him today,
Manaea's got the loose bodies. I don't know what's going on with him, but certainly he's been bad. Like, the multiple guys have gotten, when Sean Manaea gets a lead, you got to put that away. When David Peterson gets a lead, you got to put that away. Clay Holmes, you could understand it for the most part. Yeah. Montas, you understand it. They're just not, Holmes is tired. Montas not very good at this particular point, but it's been a little bit of everything. I think that's why Stearns, Hefner, the pitching lab, whatever you want to call it, that has to take a hit. They have to figure it out. This can't continue. It's gone on for 2 months. It can't continue.
This is why when I say, Sal, when I look at the Mets, I just, and I know that at some point they're going to get hot. I get that. Lindor dropping down the bunt the other night opened him up a little bit. He's starting to get a couple of hits. Soto's hitting some bombs. Pete's been okay lately. Bottom third, whatever. They'll score some runs. I get it. If you get to those 3 guys or 4 guys to close out games, you'll win games. You just have to get to that point. So I know that the Mets are eventually going to look a whole hell of a lot better than they looked last night, and they've looked for the last 2 months almost. But I don't think that they'll ever look good enough this version to win a World Series. And that's what this season is about. And that's why, again, and I'm not going to say it forever, but when I say that they're bad at more things than they're good at, what I'm really saying is, it's like, and I've used this analogy as well, the whack-a-mole on the boardwalk. Bang, knock him down. Here pops another one. Boom, all right, I got him. Bang, there's another one. It's like, how many hammers can you use to get this freaking mole that's popping up? There's just too many problems with this team.
BT and Sal on the Fan, our friends at Town Fair Tire. Remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. 888-808-1019. Ray is in Tampa starting us off. What's up, Ray?
How you doing, fellas? Thanks for taking my call. I feel the biggest problem isn't so much the players. I think it's Mendy. Once the first 3 runs came in, he should have taken the pitcher out that quick.
Ray, here's the problem. You can't blame. I'll let you finish here. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I got to jump in. You can't blame the manager when his starting pitcher can't get through the 4th inning.
Sal, that is true. But the same thing happened time and time again. He can't see that he don't got it. He just didn't have it.
I know, but what are you supposed to do is the
really
point. In the 4th inning, you can't be playing bullpen games. And thanks for the call, Ray.
Here's what Ray's missing, all right? So it's not just a singular issue like, Mendy, come on, what are you looking at? He can't find the strike zone, yank him. I don't think Mendoza's been great for the last month or so, and I've said that. Some of the decisions I've questioned, it's all good. I still think he could be really good, but I don't think he's been very good last month or so, right? But when he's in his spot in the dugout, he's not just looking at a pitcher struggling. He also, this is a big part of it, has to now navigate inning upon inning, and multiple outs, 15 outs for the bullpen, and he's been doing that basically for the last month.
Right.
So it's not just, all right, Peterson's he's an all-star, but he's off tonight. Let's yank him, and we'll get him next start. There's the Mets staff is so overworked and such a mess. You got to try to steal the couple outs.
If it happened in the 5th or 6th inning, and you could see him starting to lose it, that's when you could say, hey, Mendy should have gone to the pen sooner.
I agree with you.
In the fourth inning,
You can't do that.
With Peterson,
No.
Mendy, you got to be like, dude, what is going on? Now, here's where I will get on Mendy. He's the manager. Figure it the bleep out. Figure it out. He knows it, too.
Yeah.
You're the manager. I don't know what's going on with the pitching staff. I don't know how the changes happen. Figure it out. You, Stearns, Hefner, Cohen, whoever needs to be in that room, figure it out. The season's starting to get away from here. Now, all of a sudden, it went from having, they have a 3-game lead on the Reds. Now, all of a sudden, forget the division for a second, even though I still am not giving up on that. There's still time to go here. But now, all of a sudden, the Reds are 1 game behind you.
Yep.
And there's no reason to believe that the starters are all of a sudden going to flip a switch and get better.
No, they're not. I don't think they are.
So
Peterson will be better, but...
And you could say, well, a month ago, all right, it's not time to panic. A week ago, 2 weeks ago, not time to panic.
Mm-hmm.
You're now getting there to the point where this has continued far too long. It can't just be, let's hope Big Pete could go out there, David Peterson, and give us 6-7 innings tonight. Let's hope Senga turns it around. Let's hope Minaya is building himself back up. Let's hope Holmes could give us 5-7. No, you've seen this how many times through. Change is needed now. Now they got to figure it out.
The problem is, change was also needed a couple of weeks ago with the starting pitcher. Stearns didn't deliver one, so that's why we got to see how these young kids do.
He relied on the young guys.
I got you. Now that's got to work itself out. And by the way, if anybody thinks it's still, not that anybody's out there saying it's so early. Nobody's saying that. There's only 40-something games left. But if you're still not convinced that time's ticking, because I'm with you, both of these teams, it's getting late. All you have to understand is the Jets and the Giants are playing this weekend in a preseason game.
Right.
So that should, if you've been around long enough, you should know Jets-Giants preseason game, and I know it's usually the third week, not the second, but football season's coming. And when football season's coming, if a baseball team is unstable, that's not good timing. That means it's getting late.
The only thing is that there's still a full month plus left of the schedule. A lot can change. If the Mets would have won last night, the energy, and honestly, I thought they were going to.
So did I.
Matter of fact, I was texting Evan, because he's busting my chops for the last several months about, is the NL East over? Is the NL East over? Well, him and Marash thought that the Mets were going to win the division. Now they both think that the Mets are going to lose the division. So up 6-0, knowing the Phillies got beat, I texted him, is the NL East over? And then about an hour later, David Peterson implodes or whatever it was. And now, to me, like the hope of the division, whatever excitement or belief I had, they just ruined it. They put the nail in the coffin of that belief. It still could happen, though, because just that one game, it would have been totally different. Hey, 4 games back. Mets are rolling right now. The problem is they've had too many of these. 2 of the last 3 games, they should have won those against They should be winning 3 in a row here against Milwaukee and then last night, which changes everything. So point is, you're only a short win streak away from making everything feel totally different.
No, you are, for sure. But that's why, my main premise is of great concern because the multitude of issues that plague the Mets. Yeah, I know they're going to look good for a couple of games, and they might look good for a week. I just believe, unfortunately, and again, I think they'll be a wild card team. But at the end of the day, I think they're going to fall way short based on the expectations because there's just too many issues.
John is in Danbury, Connecticut. What's up, John?
Johnny.
Thanks for taking the call, guys.
Yeah.
When at the beginning of the season, on paper, both these teams looked like they were going to be great. We're going to have a good run. And it is frustrating because now we're playing the blame game of like, oh, it's Stern, oh, it's Cashman, oh, it's the players, oh, it's Boone, oh, it's everyone's fault. And it's like, at the end of the day, I think there is a line that you have to draw of the players have to do their job, to your point, guys. And it's just getting so annoying watching these baseball teams. And as a fan, I don't root against the Mets as a Yankee fan, but, you want both teams to succeed. When both teams are good in New York, that's great for the sport and that's great for the city. And both these teams are just, I think they're floundering their opportunity here.
John,
it's just amazing to see where these guys were last year and where we are now. It's like, I feel like I'm living in a bizarro world.
I am with you 1,000%. So much so that last night, BT, I'm thinking and watching both these games, I can't take this anymore. That's what I'm feeling. I can't take the losing anymore from both these teams. I can't take it. Like, it's one thing if you watch one team and endure the losing, which is bad enough. We're watching both teams. I can't take it. I can't take the Yankees and they're losing, and I can't take the Mets the way that they're blowing these games here, coughing them up. Not with the expectations. Now, I still believe both teams will be playoff teams, but come on, dude. This has gone on for months now. It's got to stop.
I mean, with the Yankees, it's really gone on for years with the same issues. But I hate, I got you. Always pulling up the pass is just it's absolutely mentally I can't do it anymore. C-Mac said it yesterday. He's like, we got to stop, and I agree with this. He's like, we got to stop just conjuring up everything that's been wrong with the Yankees this century and almost just focus on a night-to-night basis. I think that was pretty smart.
Right, there's enough there to get on.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's no content. Right. You know, he scored one run last night against the Twins.
The only thing I would say, and you and I have this debate all the time, where you're like, okay, well, stop bringing back, whether it was with the Giants and it dates back to, when Gettleman drafted Barkley, whatever it was.
Yeah, sure.
Like the reason why we bring it up, it's not to say, well, look at the Yankees dynasty in the 90s. It's to say in recent history, a lot of the decisions that they made or moves that they made have led to where they're at today.
No question. And I listen, I'm not dismissing it as a valued point.
Right.
I'm really not. I mean, there's a direct correlation to, whether it's Isaiah and Dolan back in the day. Right. I mean, why were the Knicks bad for 15 years? I mean, look back at what happened the moment Van Gundy walked out the door and every other mistake. I absolutely get it. Now, the good news for the Mets is that their runway, if you will, of mistakes is far shorter than the Yankees because it's a new regime. And, maybe that will embolden fans because I just think Yankee fans are just tired of the same nonsense, whereas Met fans are at a different stage. But I just look at this Mets team and I think that their ceiling is okay. I don't think their ceiling's amazing, number one, and their floor is frighteningly lower than I thought.
BT and Sal on the Fan Warrior calls when we come back. 888-808-1019, the number to call. Guys, by now you've heard me talk about Collars & Co., makers of the dress collar polo. They've already sold over 1 million of these amazing shirts. Well, Collars & Co. just came out with a new Maverick Performance Blazer. This blazer is sharp and wrinkle-resistant, so you can travel anywhere with it. Just throw it in your bag, and it will remain wrinkle-free. It even comes with security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So visit collarsandco.com and check them out today.
Going on a drive deep to left. Got a chance. Giddy up, baby.
The Yankees head to St. Louis to meet up with the Cardinals. 8:15 tomorrow night. Driven by Jeep.
And it is gone.
That was an extraordinary play.
Susan Waldman and Dave Sims call all the play-by-play on the home of Yankees baseball. The Fan, 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app.
I'm New Jersey Attorney General Matt Platkin. Every year, too many lives are lost in alcohol or drug-related crashes. These are preventable tragedies, and it's time to take a stand. Let's make New Jersey's roads safer for everyone. We are all counting on you.
Neil Young and the Chrome Hearts Love Earth Tour, Saturday, August 23rd, Northwell at Jones Beach Theater.
Somewhere on a desert highway, she rides a Harley Davidson.
Don't miss Neil Young and the Chrome Hearts. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com.
Now at Verizon, lock in our low price, plus free roaming included in Puerto Rico. Discover the best mofongo, post that perfect sunset on La Isla, and save big with Verizon while you do it. Switch and get 4 lines for just $30 per line. See? Just $30 per month with unlimited welcome with autopay plus taxes and fees. Plus calls, texts, and data in Puerto Rico included, so you can use your phone sin problema. Stop by your New York Verizon store today. For unlimited welcome in times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X-Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
This month at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. Be here Fridays in August when one winner will be drawn every hour to win $1,000 from 4 to 7 p.m. Then on Friday, August 29th, starting at 4 p.m., one winner will be drawn every 30 minutes to win $500 in free play. At 7 p.m., 3 grand prize winners will be drawn to win either a 2025 Polaris Slingshot or up to $10,000 cash. Come to where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken.
Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, Yankees fans, come to Yankee Stadium on Thursday, August 21st, when the Yankees host the Boston Red Sox for a very special Yankee Stadium giveaway. It's Seinfeld night, and the first 18,000 guests receive a special George Costanza sleeping under his desk bobblehead, courtesy of Delta Airlines. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com/tickets. Again, don't miss out on Seinfeld night and the George Costanza sleeping under his desk bobblehead when the Yankees and Red Sox battle on Thursday, August 21st. Visit Yankees.com/tickets.
The Fun in the Sun event is on at Nielsen Dodge. Your new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram is here with 0 down payment, 0% financing available, and the credit help you deserve. Now that's fun.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude X 4x4, just $359 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4, just $399 a month. Or choose from hundreds of quality certified pre-owned vehicles.
You can get up to $1,500 over book value for any trade.
On Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at NielsenDodge.com. A proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
So, for super hot deals and fun savings, remember, fun is in the driver's seat.
Make this the summer event.
With approval term Jeep 24 Ram 42 months due at sign Jeep 4654 Ram 4989 and tax tag 498 doc and DMV fees.
When your reputation's on the line, you don't leave anything to chance, especially your primer. Painters trust Kills primers for a smooth start, strong adhesion, and serious stain blocking power. And now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same day or next day delivery, or order online and pick up in store. Kills primers. Pro results faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
Put WFAN in your contact list. 888-808-1019. Powered by Paramount Plus. Count on Sundays all season long with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
BT Sal back on the fan. That was by far to be the worst loss of the season. Like, usually at this point in my life, 45 years old, usually I don't have losses stick with me anymore. Like, I used to wear it. A loss for football, dude, it'd be at least a week, and until the next game, that I'd be just really sour and bothered. Baseball, maybe a couple of days. All right, if your team goes out to the next night and wins, sure. This one, now it's like, whatever. All right, they lose, you go to sleep, you move on with your life. Last night, it actually stuck with me to a point where I woke up this morning and I couldn't believe that they actually blew that damn game. Maybe it's because I've been believing in them recently, so I really want to see them turn it around here, because I do believe in the team to a certain extent. What happened last night can't happen. So much so that I started to think now the negative way, BT, if they for some reason don't make the playoffs, or if they have a quick exit, I think you could be looking at a significantly different team next year. Like, I would blow it up to the point of anything that is not strapped down or nailed down, see you later. Meaning Lindor and Soto are nailed down, they're not going anywhere. Everything else, I'd be looking to rearrange everything if I'm David Stearns. Now, that's if they have a short exit. We'll see what happens in the postseason, assuming they get there. But if they don't succeed, there's no way in hell I'd be running it back with the same group.
So neither would I, but I don't need a short exit to see that. I'm going to bring the Knicks back into the conversation for a moment very briefly. Like, the Knicks were a step away from making the NBA Finals, and I was still saying Tom Thibodeau should be fired. I don't think that this season, from a Mets perspective, should be full is going to sound like a contradiction, but fully judged by how far they go. I mean, now if they win the World Series, that's obviously, I mean, that's different. Now you got to lay out and you got to let them try to defend the crown here, but I don't think that's going to happen. So, like, even if they had another run to the NLCS, I still think that they need to do some serious tinkering.
I understand what you're saying, and I don't disagree. You know me. I said I would change the core how many years? Even this year, I said I'd trade Nimmo. So, like, that shouldn't matter in the postseason. The only reason why I say I'm going to give them, because I think they've earned it. They went to the NLCS last year where nobody thought that they were going to do anything, especially after the way that they started. So they earned the right to come back together as a group this year. Even with knowing the inconsistencies from 2022 on, right? 2022.
Don't you think Dante DiVincenzo earned the right to come back and give you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing, though.
Well, they took a more talented group. Now it's a little different.
And they went a little further.
Yeah, right. I'm not saying, I told you, I would, if I say I would trade Nimmo in season this year, certainly it would be something I'd be, because I just can't rely on the inconsistencies of them. I can't do it. However, I still believe, based off of what they did a year ago, this group in the postseason, that it's possible. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that I feel like they've earned in the postseason to see it one way through. And by the way, I would have done it with Tibbs this year. So the DiVincenzo thing's a little different because I felt like they maxed out, and then going to get Towns is the talent that takes you over the top. But my example would be, I would have liked, even though Tibbs fell short this year, disappointing fashion, I would have liked to have seen him one more time because I think he earned the next shot with this group. Okay. That would be my thing. This is their, to me, last and final shot, meaning McNeil, Alonso, Nimmo. Again, you throw in Lindor together. This would be the end of that run to me if they fall short. BT and Sal on the Fan. D-Rod calling from Orlando, Florida. What's up, D-Rod?
Hey, fellas. How's it going, man? You guys came back from vacation on fire, man. You guys are doing all right today.
Thank you. Had to recharge a little bit, man. Come on.
Yeah. You guys sound 10 pounds lighter. Fantastic.
Heavier, actually.
Yeah. But, hey, I know Sterling kind of took a little bit of time yesterday from every moment. But just to mention what the caller mentioned earlier was like, sure, you can make a case that the manager should look at this and take the guy out that's struggling. But I think the bigger point to your point is that it's the players that aren't going 6 and 7 innings or 5 innings at least. I mean, 5 innings, my goodness. You love to have that. But and D-Rod, the players.
D-Rod, real quick. It's not. Listen. So again, we'll get to the Yankees later. But the Schlittler getting pulled, I did not like that decision, and I'll tell you why later. But that to me was it's very different than. Like, you didn't have to pull Schlittler. They elected to, and I didn't like it. You had to pull Peterson. You had to pull Minaya. You have to, the other night when they were up 5-0, you've got to pull the other day. You've got to pull these guys because they're up in flames. Like, they lose the strike zone. It's a merry-go-round carousel on the bases with action. They're getting ripped. I don't think Mendoza's been great for the last month, as I've said. I don't really know what he can do in some of these situations. I honestly don't know. What do you want him to do?
Not only do you have to pull them, you also have to let them go to the point where you say, I have no choice but to pull him
That's
now.
Bingo, because of the exhaustion.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And listen, again, like I said, you can make a case for that, and that's it's a valid case to say that. But the problem is the underlying issue is that why are the pitchers falling apart after 3 and 4 innings? After 3 innings, you can't find the strike zone. Like, what's going on there? Like, that's the issue. It's the chicken or the egg, which, I guess, I don't know. What do you
think, and thank you for the call, D-Rod, do you think that it's pitching from I don't want to say spot of fear. I don't think David Peterson's afraid, but is he just getting too cute? Like, walks are bad, period. Walks are bad, period. Walks with a 6-run lead are like, I'd kick you off the team if you do. Like, you can't do that under any circumstance. I'd rather you give up 5 straight home runs, solo home runs, or whatever it may be. I'd rather you get tattooed than start walking guys with a 6-run lead. It's unacceptable.
Well, at least you have a chance if somebody hits 115 miles an hour on the screws there, it could go in somebody's mitt,
right?
Rather than ball 4 going in Alvarez's mitt or Torrens. I think last night. Now I think there's different reasons for different pitchers on the Mets staff for their early inning implosion. I think last night, that David Peterson simply lost his mechanics. He could not even control this fastball. And, again, I'm not saying he's Jerry Koosman or he's Nolan Ryan or Doc Gooden, but he's had a really good year, and I like him, and so do you. He's talented.
Yeah.
Like, when somebody that's given you confidence for a while looks so different, or he's hurt, which I don't think he is. I think he just lost his mechanics, which happens, but it's amplified because it's in the middle of this mess.
Right. It hasn't happened to him, but this is the one time that it could. Like if David Peterson went 5 innings last night and gave up 4 runs, that would be bad. And you'd be like, hey, you know what? He just didn't have it. The guy's been an all-star. He's been great. He's been their best pitcher. Didn't have it. Like on a night where Max Fried doesn't have it, and he hasn't had it lately, he, for the most part, he's going to give a 5 innings at least, and he's going to give up some runs. Okay, whatever. Yeah. That's what you needed, bare minimum last night, is get you through 5 innings and just leave with the lead. 6-4 after 5 innings would have been bad enough. 6-5 even would have been bad enough. But at least you got through 5 innings with the lead. Now you hope to tack on, and you can get it over to the bullpen. You cannot exit the game after 3 1/3 and then have Reed Garrett come in and throw gasoline on the fire here.
That's the problem. You know, every time Reed Garrett pitches, you just think there's going runs on the board. He has been horrendous.
I can't take it. And I know he's gotten some big outs here over the years. I've never been a fan of Reed Garrett. Mickey is calling from Wolcott, Connecticut. What's up, Mickey?
Hey, guys. Thank you for taking my call.
All right,
hey, I got to be honest. I've dubbed this team this year, especially after the recent woes, as the worst team money can buy. Officially, like the new worst team money can buy, because I know there was already one before it. But this is bad, man. And at the end of the day, you just gotta what's that phrase that you just gotta believe what people tell you.
When somebody shows you who they are, believe them.
Yes, and that's where we at this point.
Yeah.
It's just they're not going anywhere this year, and I think officially getting out the playoffs is what's going to do it. But ultimately, my reason for my call, and I wanted to get your guys' take on this, going with the starting pitching this year, going with in terms of the bullpen and all that stuff, and then taking what happened last year. There's one big catalyst last year, which was Senga's injury. I think Senga. I love Senga. Don't get me wrong. I love him. I wish he can freaking thrive in New York. But I got to be honest. Everything needs to be perfect for him to pitch first.
He's soft. I've been telling you this for years.
But then it's also the 5-day, the 6-man rotation situation. And I think that's what's ultimately killing us. If you ask me, it's the 6-man rotation, extra days rest, all that. It's what's killing our team.
Yeah, it hurts them. He's hurt them. Now, he's not the only problem, but he's been an issue. And that's why I've been telling you for years. It's the same thing with Senga. Everything. I'm shocked that he came back sooner than, or as soon as he did after that injury this year. Everything's got to be perfect. He needs this perfect amount of rest. He can't give you length even with that. He doesn't have control or command as much as you'd like from a top pitcher like that. But even with him being an issue, BT, where I do want to push back is that I would not say, and I have not said, and everything that I've said the last couple of weeks leading up to today's rant, because I'm ticked off about what happened last night, I do not think the Mets are dead, and I do not think this is a bad team. When you say the worst team money can buy, when you say this team is awful and they're not very good, like, they already have 64 wins, and they are currently in a playoff spot. In 2021, they won 77 games, and 77 and 85.
But what was the payroll? Because remember, his point was connecting the money.
All right, but still, even if you go back years before that, go back to the early 90s where you had
the Mets have had worse teams. Well, we could all agree on that.
But that's where I'm getting. Dude, in the early 90s, with the Mets won 77, 72, 59, 55, 69, 71. Like
I'm with you. Vince Coleman. I mean, come on. And then Saberhagen.
And then the Madoff years after that. So you want to say, okay, payroll, a little different story. Even in 2002, after coming off of, relatively successful 99, 2000, certainly, then they start to go in the tank again. 75, 66, 71. Like, I've lived enough to see how many, look at the franchise been around since 62. How many losing seasons have they had? This will not be a losing season. Mm-hmm. In all likelihood, it's still going to be a playoff team. I still believe that. So I just want to make sure that we're all like, relative to the expectation, yes, it's bad. Mm-hmm. Relative to the Mets franchise, it's not as bad as people are making it seem.
I totally agree with that, but, this is more for you because it's your team, and if you ask me about the Yankees, I can give you my answer, but I want you to personalize it. What hurt more? Those years where the Mets were completely lifeless and there were 17,000 people there and the payroll was middling and the talent was not existent, but you didn't go into the season thinking, you know what I mean? Or this where, you're a couple of wins away from the World Series, you get Soto, here's the juice. This one it's not over yet, don't get me wrong.
Well, that's the key.
I hear you, but to me, this type of, for me, would sting a ton more.
1,000% agree with you. But, and it's a big but, It's not over yet.
I agree with that.
Not only is it not over yet, it's not September 14th.
I know.
It's August 14th. Still a ways to go here. BT and Sal on the Fan, 888-808-1019.
All right, guys, this summer, stay cool and hydrated with the official water of Major League Baseball. A little Primo Brands with the Primo Brands water delivery. I got my water right here. Drink a couple of bottles every day. It's why I go to the bathroom so many times. I guess that's one of the reasons I go to the bathroom so many times.
What's the others?
Getting older, I guess. You get premium hydration from trusted brands like Poland Spring, Pure Life, and Saratoga right to your door. So stock up for game day or just keep everybody refreshed and feeling good. Still sparkling or flavored, there's something for everybody. The best part as well, you get to call the shot. So whether you need a couple of cases or a full week supply, Primo's flexible delivery fits your schedule. So step up to the dish, hydrate like a pro with Primo Brands, the official water sponsor of Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball trademark used with permission.
It's Evan and Tiki. Afternoons on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
This is not his fault, right? How's that? Because the guys in front of him are getting on base.
Oh, come on. What's his numbers with runners in scoring position, bro?
I mean, it's been terrible all season.
So don't give me that. You're wrong.
I'm just trying to,
don't try. I mean, seriously, you don't have to try.
I mean, you are paying him $70 million a year.
Listen to Evan and Tiki on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Bart Winkler with an Odyssey Sports Minute, sponsored by WeatherGuard Truck and Van Equipment. They're just as driven as the hardworking pros they serve. It's been a tough few decades for Minnesota Twins fans ever since their name was floated about to be contracted. They'll have good seasons, but then the Yankees usually beat them. A division title 2 years ago brought hope, only to see a complete sell-off at this year's trade deadline. And after all that, the team's owners are deciding not to sell. Tough break for Twins fans, as they deserve a winner instead of their team being treated like a Pollad family side hustle. I'm Bart Winkler.
For more than half a century, contractors and trade professionals have relied on WeatherGuard for heavy-duty truck and van storage equipment, not just to protect their tools, but to protect their professional reputations. Whether it's inside or outside of work vehicles, a WeatherGuard badge means pros can trust that their hard-earned name is in good hands. Since 1968 and every day since, WeatherGuard has been protecting anything it takes to build a professional reputation. WeatherGuard, established in 1968, proven every day. WeatherGuard.com.
DQ presents The Sound of Happy. Hear that? That's the DQ Chicken Strip Basket. Only $7.49 for a limited time. We're talking 4 100% white meat seasoned chicken strips served with fries, Texas toast, and DQ signature country gravy. Yeah, you heard that right. For crunch time and no time, it can only be the DQ Chicken Strip Basket. Just $7.49 for a limited time. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy tastes good at participating locations.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-311-9595. That's 800-311-9595.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
Town Fair Tire is Connecticut's largest name brand discount tire dealer. We give you the guaranteed lowest prices on all name brand tires and honor all manufacturers' rebates. We even honor our competitors' rebates. With over 100 stores from Connecticut through New England and an inventory of over 600,000 tires, you'll always get the right tire at the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody!
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire. Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
All right, BT BT and Sal back on the Fan. You know the music. Not cheery music from last night, but still Yankee turning point music here. It's the Wendy's Yankees turning point of the game contest. Wendy's, the official hamburger of those Yankees. So the first one to identify last night's turning point of the game, give us a call. 866-540-WFAN. That's 866-540-9326. You'll receive 2 pairs of tickets to a 2025 Yankees regular season game. And it's all from your flagship station for Yankees baseball, The Fan. It's BT and Sal on The Fan. 888-808-1019. We'll get to the Yankee stuff later. Get back to the Met calls. Obviously a rough one last night. Starting pitching, this is untenable. I'm going to present something, and you could tell me if you would like to punt for a little later, or you would like to tackle now.
Okay.
Pete Alonso, what was written on the baseball? You tell me. I almost think I don't want to shortchange it.
Well, I think we could do it now.
All right, well, then go ahead.
You did text me about it last night.
Yes.
That's the first I saw of it. And by the way, after yesterday's debacle with the Odell Beckham Jr. stuff, like, I don't know what
Is that AI?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Is it AI? Is it not? I mean, did Mad Dog really go nuts, rip Gary Cohen, or was that AI? It had to be AI. Well, did Alonso really write that on the ball, or did somebody make it up? Like, you really actually don't know.
True.
I did not have a big issue with it when I saw it from you. And my first thought was that somebody must have told him, like these authenticators or whatever, like Fanatics, whoever's doing this stuff, probably says, hey, can you write Home Run King and maybe something to Straw, like Down Goes Straw? And make it like more, I don't know, more appealing to it. Who the hell knows? I don't know. Where's the ball going? Did you see where it's going at all?
Well, it's got the authentic, whatever the hell word I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So is it a Fanatics? I heard it was maybe Fanatics, but I don't know for sure.
But is it going to the Mets Hall of Fame? Is it going to the Hall of Fame?
It should go into the Mets Hall of Fame.
Is it going to Pete's personal closet? Is it going up for sale?
I mean, if they sell that ball, I mean, if Pete sells that ball, Pete, come on.
Yeah,
There's no way you sell that baseball.
I don't think that he would. But, okay, so whatever. But Down Goes Straw. Well, so when I first, what the
hell are we doing?
You were a little more upset with it than I
was. Now, I don't think it was mean-spirited because I don't think that Pete's that guy. And now, first, I wanted to make sure, you're right. Is it AI? Is it real? I'm going to assume that it's real. All right, I'm going to make that assumption here, Sal. And I'm like, all right, well, I see his signature. Did he write Down Goes Straw? And it seems like he wrote everything. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I believe it's his penmanship.
Yeah, nobody outside of him should be writing on that ball.
Correct. Yeah. And if somebody's sitting there saying, hey, Pete, why don't you write this down? Well, then Pete's got to have a better filter. And again, I don't think there was an ounce of malice here. I'm not trying to make this bigger than it is, but talk about being obtuse. Down Goes Straw.
Well, it did have an exclamation point. Right?
At the end it did, for sure.
So it's like when I see the exclamation point, that kind of takes the harshness for me away from it.
Why? Hold on. If somebody
texts... Down Goes Straw. Like, it's kind of like...
that would be a question mark, the way you would... The intonation, Down Goes Straw.
Yeah.
It's a question.
Yeah, Down Goes Straw.
No, down Goes Straw is the exclamation. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If I text you, bleep you with an exclamation point, doesn't that pop a little bit more if there's no exclamation?
No, I take that lighter than I would if you just texted me bleep you.
Really?
Yeah, Huff, if we texted you bleep you exclamation point versus bleep you period, which one you think is harsher? I think the explanation point.
Of course.
Oh, no, I'm the opposite. Scones, what do you think here? I can't be the only one of the...
Well, it depends on what the previous context is. What are you guys talking about? You know what I mean?
No context whatsoever. You just get a text from me and it says bleep you.
No, I think the period is stronger. Yes.
Then exclamation point.
Yeah.
So if I text you bleep you,
because almost like exclamation point could be jovial.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You agree with him?
I do.
Get the heck out of here.
It takes a lot for me to do that, but yes, I do.
Yeah. Well, same here. So, but there's more finality to the period. Like I'm not even going to continue to bleep you.
It's
period.
To me, it's more stern.
It's more serious, right? So that's what I was saying. So with the exclamation point, like in my mind, he didn't draw a smiley face on it. Although why stop there? Did he draw a little polar bear and an iceberg as well on there? Down goes
Straw.
He's
got his own iceberg.
A strawberry and iceberg. Yeah. The exclamation point is almost like a smiley face to me. Like,
okay. All right, wait. So we're getting off the map here. So you don't think it's a big deal?
I don't think it's a big deal, but I do think that it is disrespectful to Straw.
Okay, well, if it's disrespectful to Straw, why is it not a big deal?
Because
that's my entire point.
I'm sure Straw doesn't care about it. I don't think it was meant with any malice, like you said.
I don't think so either, but you just got... And isn't that... I don't want to say the problem with Pete, but isn't that part of... Again, he's obtuse, which is sometimes good, but Down goes Straw.
Yeah, he's having fun with
remember Remember when Jeter had? Remember when Jeter passed DiMaggio for most hits by a righty, as he was going towards 3,000. Remember that? Imagine if he was like, down goes DiMaggio.
Yeah, I know. I know that would be rough. What if we on the scorecard on Thursday somehow like you beat Mike?
I saw that Mike shot an 82. I'm not beating Mike.
I told you.
Yeah,
I told you.
I did some research, dude. I was looking at the swing.
He's good, man.
Yeah, no, the ball. It's not the prettiest swing, but it's got a little pop off the face. It's straight. You're right.
Yeah,
I saw
People
an 82
think I'm because I'm an ass kisser. No, I am an ass kisser. Yes, but he hits the ball well.
Now, is there any fudging? Is there a mulligan? If he's 4 feet away from the cup, does he pick it up? Does he? I need to see this with my own eyes.
I think he'll take down Boomer.
The hell out of here. Boomer will destroy him. Come on, man.
Anyway, so the point is, if you beat Mike and you write on the scorecard after, like we take a picture for social media, and you write down goes Mike, ! I think that's like a fun thing.
I also, that is fun because Mike's next to me.
Now, I wouldn't do it.
Well,
but you
of course
could do
you would.
that,
But because Mike, for that day, and really based on our careers, obviously very different, but Mike is an industry peer, and I'm playing with him that day.
All right.
Straw's is not a teammate.
Same thing, industry peer.
But he's not on the same field with Alonso. I'm on the same course with Mike. And by the way, I'm not going to beat Mike, so stop putting that out there. Because those buffoons of the morning will twist it and say that I'm going to shoot a 75.
What if it were Boomer? What if it were Boomer and you took him down? I mean, that would be
Boomer's
like,
my guy. That I can never say anything disparaging about Boomer.
And me, I'd be like, down goes Boomer. Period. Exclamation point. Exclamation point.
And then what are they going to send out? What are those 3 dots? What's the what do you call that? Not the synapse. That's in the mind.
Semicolon?
No, come on, dude. Semicolon. Okay. What are the 3 dots? Jeez, everybody.
Parentheses. You're thinking.
God, forget it. Jesus. Okay. You're more help than whoever told Pete to write that on the ball.
Tierney and Sal.
Not a big deal.
I like to see what Straw said.
Not a good look.
You think Straw's like?
I think Straw's too classy. He's not gonna jump into this.
See, now if I were a collector, and I am in certain regards, but like if I were a big collector, maybe I'd have Straw write something on a ball next time.
Yeah, bleep you.
Yeah. No, well, congrats, Polar Bear. ... Lucky I decided to go to L.A. for more money.
Or you want to really drop the mic.
Yeah. ...
I got a ring.
Yeah. 86 World Series. Good one. BT and Sal.
Or Keith was 10 times better.
888-808-1019, the number to call. Linda calling from Forest Hills. What's up, Linda?
Good morning, guys. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Hello, Linda.
Okay, guys. Please indulge me for a little bit here. It doesn't take an Ivy League degree to know that after signing a Juan Soto, who, by Mets fan standards, hasn't had the season that we've all expected, which is another point altogether. But in terms of the pitching, when you sign a guy like that, it doesn't take an Ivy League degree to know that when you follow that signing up with the likes of Griffin Canning, Frankie Montas, who nobody wanted, and turning Clay Holmes into a starter after all these years, it doesn't take an Ivy League degree to know that the bullpen was going to be taxed, which is what I said in the offseason. That was one of my concerns. Okay? So, to me, this is on David Stearns. Yes, it's on the players to go out and perform, but coming off a season like last season, where you were 2 games shy of the World Series, you sign a Juan Soto, you expect, as a fan, to be like, okay, wow, we just came off 2 games shy of the World Series. We signed Juan Soto. What's next? And when you follow that question up with the likes that I just mentioned, that doesn't inspire confidence. Okay.
Here's the one thing that I would say, though, Linda, and thank you for the call. I'm with you that Stearns should get the blame here for this rotation. He got the accolades when the rotation was pitching well. He's going to get the blame now when it's falling apart. If you had to pick the biggest culprits as to why this has gone on for 2 months, what would you say that it is? I have my answer. Curious to get yours. As far as the starting rotation
Understood. To be fair, I would probably have to start with injury.
Yeah.
Because if Manaea started the season healthy and Senga didn't get banged up, I don't think that it was seen quite as dire.
But those are the two guys who, to me, are the biggest reasons why this has happened. Now, you could say injury, sure, but Senga was healthy before. He was good, came back. He's not the same. Is it the injury? I don't know about that it's the injury. Maybe it's something else with him. But my point is that Stearns could get the blame. Senga is not necessarily Stearns' fault. He didn't, A, bring him here.
No, he didn't.
And B, if Senga doesn't get the job done, like, Montas, yes, we all knew he was going to fall apart and wasn't going to be any good. Clay Holmes, we all could anticipate that at some point, and by the way, Clay Holmes was great the first half of the year, so Stearns gets credit for that, and now he's falling, he's gotten a little tired during the second half. He's got to take a hit for that, but you could move Holmes to the bullpen and bring up one of the young guys, which maybe he's going to do that, obviously replacing Montas with one young guy so far. My thing is, you can't get on Stearns from Manaea and Senga, who consensus had both those two guys. Whether I thought Manaea was going to be as good as he was at his peak last year or not doesn't matter. At the very least, you expected him to be a top-of-the-rotation horse, even when he came back from the injury. And he hasn't been good. I was going to say he's been awful, but he just hasn't been good. He's been good for a few innings, and then he falls apart. So can you put the blame on Stearns for Senga and Manaea?
Oh, no, you can't do that. No,
or Peterson last night.
No, of course not. I mean, that's ridiculous. So I'm with you there. I don't think Stearns had a good offseason. The Montas, not just 1 year, gave him 2 years guaranteed. Canning was an interesting reclamation project who was showing signs. And then, by the way, before he ruptures Achilles, he was going in the wrong direction. So let's not forget that.
But he was good.
He was good early. I know. And Minter had an injury history. Now, he's obviously very good, but you rolled the dice there. That bit you. Hey, bottom line for me is this here, right? Pertaining just to the off-season moves. The biggest one, and maybe this is unfair. I don't think it is, though. The biggest one I give Stearns zero credit for. Soto was Cohen.
Right.
Period. And then the other moves, nothing's really worked out.
Well, but you can't say nothing's worked. Like, they got more out of Griffin Canning than I think anybody thought. Even with the injury, even with him starting to go the other way. Griffin Canning was a big part of why the Mets had the early season success, which is a big part of why they're still in a postseason spot, even with the last 2.5 months. Clay Holmes was terrific the first half of the season. I'm trying to think of what else we got here.
Well, the Montas stuff.
Yeah, well, Montas obviously bad. I mean, as it pertains to the rotation, he also just loaded up with the bullpen at the trade deadline. Like, he gets a lot of.
No, that's why I said before the season.
Okay.
No, I like what he did at the trade deadline. You just got to be able to get to those guys.
Yeah,
he had a good trade deadline, no doubt.
Jose Siri was another failed one.
Yes,
he's been hurt.
Forgot about. Has played it all.
I'm just trying to think of some of the other moves that they made in the offseason real quick here. Yeah,
Let Iglesias go. I know he's not having a good season, Iglesias, but that's a lot of chemistry the Mets had last year.
They bring Alonso back. Yeah, I mean.
I did not have a good offseason.
Yeah, I don't think that, again, not over, but I would not grade his offseason based on the results of the actual season a favorable grade.
Okay, and there's a month to go, so that could change. But right now, middle of August, again, not the deadline stuff, preseason stuff.
Still year 2.
I get that, but I'm saying for year 2, his preseason moves, I give him a D.
Yeah.
Maybe an F.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go there, but probably C-, something like that. See, I have to go over all of them again. And again, injury's a big part of it. Montas, we gave an F then and now. Like, we all knew that one. All right, BT and Sal on the Fan. We'll continue with your calls. We'll work the Yanks into the conversation as well. Got a lot to do today, too. I want to revisit the over-unders, BT. I think it'd be a good time to take a look. I forget what they even are.
Oh, I got it.
I don't think it's going to be good for either of us, but I could be wrong.
Speak for yourself, buddy.
Okay.
Somebody's doing all right, and it ain't you.
No wonder why you wanted to bring that back up.
Yeah.
Well, you had Holmes. I think you had Holmes, ERA.
No, I didn't have Holmes' ERA.
You didn't have Holmes' ERA?
No.
You sure about that?
I'm positive.
All right, we'll have to revisit those over-unders, I think. I want to we'll do some cards. We haven't done a card game in a while.
Let's rip some packs today.
Yeah.
I'm down with it.
And then we can power up later on as well.
Love
so
it.
plenty to do here. Just getting started, 888-808-1019.
Mets or Yankees, Jets or Giants, doesn't matter. WFAN breaks it all down with passion, knowledge, and non-stop New York energy. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
Push your summer fun to the limit at Nickelodeon Universe at American Dream, a mega indoor amusement park with epic roller coasters for thrill seekers. Over 25 rides, character meet and greets, and live shows starring your favorite Nick friends. Tickets as low as $49. Buy now at AmericanDream.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well,
trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Some things are hard to commit to, like learning how to surf or saving for a family vacation. But one commitment that's easy, switching to Fios Home Internet with a 5-year price lock guarantee. That means 5 great summers of fast, reliable internet at the same low price. All with the Fios 1 gig internet plan. Plus no hidden fees or equipment charges. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today. Price guarantee applies to base monthly rate only for new and existing My Home customers.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good morning at 11 o'clock. I'm Chris Lopresti. This report is sponsored by Primo Brands, the official water sponsor of MLB, Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission. Also sponsored by Flag and Anthem, real clothes for real life. Fall is right around the corner, and so are new arrivals at Flag and Anthem. From lightweight layers to the softest vintage-inspired shirts you've ever felt, Flag and Anthem's new fall collection is built for everyday comfort now through the cooler months ahead. Visit flagandanthem.com, use code WFAN, and check out their officially licensed Ryder Cup collection, Flag and Anthem real clothes for real life. So the Mets have received just shy of 600 innings from their starting pitchers this season. That ranks 27th in the big leagues. Not great, but since June 13th, about 2 months of the baseball regular season, they are dead last in that category. Last night, the latest example with David Peterson coming unglued during what turned out to be a 9-run 4th inning for the Braves. Peterson out after 3 1/3 innings. He walked 5 for a bewildered Carlos Mendoza.
The walks, especially when you're walking the bottom of the lineup, 8-hole, 9-hole. The inning started with 4 straight balls there, You up 6, and he just kind of lost the strike zone, especially arm side. And they made him pay.
And now they turn to Kodai Senga for tonight's rubber game. He's opposed by Bryce Elder. And Senga, since returning from the hamstring injury, has completed 5 innings just once across 5 starts and pitched to an ERA north of 5 during that span. It'll be another 7:10 first pitch on Odyssey Mets Radio. Yankees unable to complete the sweep, losing to the Twins last night 4-1. Cody Bellinger had a solo homer, and Cam Schlittler 5 innings of 2-hit, 1-run ball, 6 strikeouts across 86 pitches. Paul Goldschmidt not in this game. He's dealing with a knee sprain. He could end up on the IL, but he's hoping to face his former team, the Cardinals, in a weekend series which begins tomorrow night in St. Louis. And with sports flashes at the top of the hour, I'm Chris Lopresti.
Real sports talk for real fans with real opinions. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
The bone drop, I love Jack, I was partying. Then she got some nerve where she kicked me to the curb. Guess you could say I got what I
BT and Sal back on the Fan, 888-808-1019, the number to call. We'll get back to the Mets calls in just a second here. I'm just trying to do some math because I'm looking at the over-unders. We'll get to that later. The Yanks have 41 games to go. Mets have 42 games to go. So obviously, BT, forget about a playoff spot. You start talking about the tallying of the wins and all that stuff. 42 games to go. You want to be a 90-win team. It's going to be tough sledding here for each of these teams. So we'll get to that coming up in a little bit. Obviously, both the Yankees off today. Mets back in action against the Braves here, looking at least win this series. It's the very least they could do. Try to get back on track here as they still want to keep a hold on their playoff spot and also chase down the Phillies, who all of a sudden have lost a couple in a row. We will have Straw joining us at 11:30.
Straw man.
Yeah, now, I just really want to ask him. We could have some fun with him, whatever. Good dude. You want to have some fun about the record, all that stuff. But I really specifically want to ask him about the ball and see what he says about that. So we'll have a chance to do that with.
It's funny. We're getting answers to things that pop up. We want to find out what was happening with John Sterling and Steiner.
Yeah.
We get Sterling on the show.
Yeah.
We want to find out what's going on with the ball. We got Straw coming up on the show. That's what we do here.
Why speculate when you could just ask the people people themselves.
That's what I'm saying. BT and Sal.
Go right to the source. All right, BT and Sal, the fan, 888-808-1019. Now, you know Straw's probably just going to be like, nah, I don't care about it.
I know. But we'll have to
dig it out of him. Yeah, you get the real answer from him. Andrew's calling from Morris Plains. What's up, Andrew?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was, watching that game last night. I got to say, this team has had some really bad losses this season. That was one of them last night for me. But it's really just, as I'm listening to the radio and that stuff, I really do think, and I said this to my friends and family, before going into the season, what they didn't accomplish was getting an ace pitcher. I mean, I like Senga, I like Minaya, I like Peterson, I think they're great, but they got flaws, and these are guys that can't pitch 6 innings, and it's just unacceptable to, even last night, to only go up to 4 innings, and, something has to get fixed. I mean, whatever happens this season, they need to get an ace pitcher, because I look at that 2015 team. You had Syndergaard, you had DeGrom, you had Harvey, and Mets, players who were at their peak at that time, and I don't see it on this team. And one other thing, too. I am really pulling for Soto to do something here, and he has not shown it. I mean, yes, he made a 2-run homer last night. That was great, but he had an opportunity last night to maybe get a 3-run homer or something, and he didn't do it.
Well,
I want to believe he's going to do it.
Well, listen, it's not fair to expect a 3-run bomb every time. And I know you guys were down 3 at that point, and it would have been nice. And he's been hitting home runs more frequently. Matter of fact, he leads the team. He just went past Pete, obviously. So he's done some really good things. But there's no way to frame this other than Juan Soto has been less than what everybody thought he would be with the New York Mets. It's indisputable. It doesn't mean if they get to the postseason, he won't be clutch again like he was with the Yankees. He's hitting .252. That's all you need to know.
Well, the other thing, to me, the worst thing than his batting average is the fact that every time he comes up in one of those moments, every time, he has failed.
It seems like it's almost every time.
Every time. Since opening day. Every time. And that is the reason why I loved Juan Soto more than anybody, is because I expect him to come through in those moments, the way that Mike Piazza used to come through in those big moments. Soto has done that throughout the course of his career. We saw it last year with the Yankees. You saw it in 2019 in the postseason with the Nationals. That is where he excels. The bigger the moment, the better Juan Soto is. And for whatever reason, every time he's come up in a big spot this year with the Mets, he has failed. You mentioned his home runs. He's not had 1 3-run homer this year.
That is amazing.
How do you not have 1 3-run homer? Last night they needed it. Now, and he's also had games where you could hit bunches. I'm not trying to. He's not the reason they lost the game last night.
No, I agree.
But he was one of the reasons that they failed to get back into that game. He came up in a big spot, worked the count back into his favor, and he struck out. 2 guys on. Everybody's expecting it. At the very least, you could hit the ball in the gap somewhere and get the game a little closer, get some of the mojo back, the momentum back, and he strikes out. At best, you're hoping tie the game 9-9. Here we go. He didn't do it. Meanwhile, the opposite, Alonso has come through in almost every big moment, or at least the majority of the big moments this year.
Listen, you're right. He's not the reason why they lost the game last night. I brought this up, but they won, and we were, wrapped up in the history with Pete and Straw. And by the way, Sal said Straw's going to join us coming up in a little bit here on the show. We'll have fun with Daryl Strawberry. The night before, 2 games ago, that in the first inning, that route that he took in the outfield was not good. And you don't want to see that in October. You don't want to see that when you try to stabilize the season. No, you're right. He's not the reason why they lost last night, but he is the singular biggest culprit as to why their lack of production with men on base is so bad.
Correct.
He's number one.
He's been awful with runners in scoring position. He's supposed to excel in those spots. Now, back to the real issue, the starting pitchers. So people could say, well, Stearns, we knew this going into the year. The problem is, what were the alternatives? I have a list up here of the starting pitchers that were free agents going into the season. Who were the guys that we were pounding the desk for, saying that you should go get him? Corbin Burns, I never wanted him. I didn't expect Stearns to get him. I would not have invested in him. He ends up getting hurt.
He's done.
He signed a huge deal with Arizona. He ends up getting hurt. Blake Snell, I feel like we might have made an argument for him. I forget exactly what.
A little bit.
Okay.
How about Fried?
Yeah, well, but Fried went to... the Mets were not going to do that. Now, you could say, should they have done that in addition to Soto? Maybe. I told you he was the one guy that I would have invested in.
Yeah, he did.
Long term, if I were going to do that. But still, okay, so is he the only one? Nate Eovaldi stayed with the Rangers for 3 years. The guy that I wanted was...
What about keeping Sevy?
Walker Buehler. Keeping who?
Sethi.
Yeah, I don't know. How's he been? He hasn't been great. I know it's
a different
Sacramento.
ballpark, Sacramento.
Yeah. Quintana or at a 1 year deal. Like
Quintana's one you could push back on. That's a guy who kind of fit.
But think about what we're talking about. Like if they sign Quintana, you think we'd all be like, yeah, Mets rotation's loaded. It's easy to say now. Now, I like Quintana, and I would have brought him back. But, like, what's the difference with Quintana and Griffin Canning if Griffin Canning doesn't get hurt?
But he would have been better than Blackburn when Blackburn was making a call. I know he's backing out of the pen, but Blackburn had a couple of starts, early-ish middle season, whatever that was. I mean, Quintana's a guy that fit. Off speed, he's going to throw strikes. He's going to give you 5+. He's not going to throw the ball by you. But for a team that was theoretically built on offense, I think Quintana would have been a great fit to come back.
The one I wanted badly was Walker Buehler, and even him. Like, would he have been a difference maker in this rotation? I don't think so. We definitely didn't want Montas. So really, any of those guys would have been better than Montas, and you could get on him for that. But I don't think that there's a difference maker that was out there. Fried, yes. And even him, look at what Fried's done as of late with the Yankees. So if Fried did what Peterson did last night, we'd be going just as nuts, and it would have been $218 million as opposed to what Peters is making, peanuts. So I'm not trying to minimize that signing. I don't think it's as blatant as this was the clear go get this guy.
Yep.
And Stearns failed.
What about from a trade perspective a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, I also don't think that Alcantara, I mean, I would have liked, it's why I gave him an A, not an A+. I would have liked to have seen them add a starter.
They had to. That's it was surprising then. It's even worse now.
But they didn't because of the young guys, so now we're going to see. They did add the starter as far as Noel McClain goes. Lawrence is calling from Oklahoma City. What's up, Lawrence?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
How are you?
Listen, as a Mets fan, I'm extremely frustrated. It's not about winning a World Series. It's just about the franchise being good. And they haven't made back-to-back playoffs more than twice. And they wouldn't have if they didn't extend the playoff format. And once again, Pete Alonso is the bright spot in the sea of darkness as a Mets fan. So it's just like, it's the same old Mets, and you can bring in whoever you want. But until the results change and we don't win a World Series or we're not in the playoffs back-to-back years, it's the same old Mets for me.
He's dropping same old Mets. You're going to let him get away with that?
Yeah, that's too crazy. I mean, Lawrence, you're going over the top here. Oh, he hung up on us. And thank you for the call. We appreciate you checking in, as always. See, to me, that's too nuts. It's not the same old Mets. You're going to minimize now all the accomplishments if they were to make the postseason. Say, oh, the only reason why you got in because of the extra wild card. Yeah, that's true, but they didn't benefit when they had good teams in the 80s. They didn't have the benefit of a wild card. Yeah. Otherwise, who knows? Maybe they would have. Maybe something different would have happened in '85, in '87.
We would have had a Subway Series in the '80s if there was a wild card. Yankees were the winningest team in the '80s. They kept losing out to Toronto.
Right.
They won like 97 one year in '80. I think it was '85. Mets finished second to the Cardinals in '85. Right. Nothing, obviously, win the World Series. Like I think there would have been a Subway Series.
Imagine how wild that would have been back in the '80s, and
like
how that
Doc against Donnie.
How that would have changed everything moving forward.
Doc, I mean, think about that.
And also think about it from the perspective of that predates interleague play.
Yeah.
So from 97 on, we've gotten used to the Mets playing the Yankees, and then by 2000, it was still a big deal in the World Series.
No question.
But you got used to it. If that happened in the 80s.
Dude, all we had was the Mayor's Trophy game for a couple years back then. Which I don't even know if I've ever seen the Mayor's Trophy. I remember when it would happen. I remember reading it in the paper. I don't even know if it was televised.
Keith versus Donnie, head-to-head in the World Series.
Well, how about Doc Gooden versus Donnie?
No, I get it. I know.
But yes, you get to see
those two guys go head-to-head like that. Either way, I'm not going to minimize.
Ricky try to steal on Gary Carter. Oh, man. I mean, that's...
I'm not going to minimize the Mets' accomplishments. Now, they got to get there. I thought they were going to be there in 2023. I thought after 2022, even as bad as that was, blowing that division, okay, this is the beginning of the sustained run. We've been here before, like, 2006, the Mets are going to take over the town from the Yankees, and obviously they failed. The epic collapse in 2007, never recovered from there. This should be different because of the backing of King Cohen and hiring David Stearns. I thought off of 2022, they were going to make the postseason 2023 and beyond, like, especially with the expanded postseason, both the Mets and Yankees missed it in 2023. All right, build it back up now, 2024. If they don't make the postseason this year, dude, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm out of answers. I'm out of going nuts. Like, they don't make the playoffs now. What are you supposed to do? You've been yelling for years about going to get the owner to spend more money. Mm-hmm. They get the owner. They spend the most money. They get the big free agent. They don't just go out there and hire mercenaries everywhere the way that they did in 2023. Like, they're trying to do it different ways. If they don't make the playoffs now with the expanded postseason where they had one of the best records for a majority of the year, I don't know what to tell you. Mercy. White flag. Then is it just about luck?
Tapping out?
Yeah.
Well, did I hear a little uncle at that point?
Yeah. I think so. Now, I expect them to make the postseason. I expect them to make it.
Hey, by the way, the same old Mets, and I can see why some people would say that. I think that's ridiculous. I think that's patently unfair.
Right, but if they do fall short again, do you think
I still don't feel that way. I still know. I mean, there's 40-something thousand there every night. No, I don't feel that way. I don't.
Well, do you think the attendance would be there next year? The way that it is this
with
year?
Soto, and that they, if they don't make the playoffs, and I'd say that in my mind right now, it's 65-35 that they will.
Right.
Okay. But if they didn't, they're going to retool.
Yeah.
They're not going to take this line down here.
Agreed. No,
and
they're
come back with some more stars. So, yeah, the fans will be there every night.
They'll go fighting every year. Well, I only asked that because we talked about the residual from last year.
I know.
Which led to the success in attendance this year.
Yeah, Cohen calling out the fans.
If they miss the postseason this year, fans are going to be angry.
They're going to be pissed, but they'll still be there because there's too much star power. With Soto.
Alan's calling from Freehold, New Jersey. What's up, Alan?
What up, bud?
Good morning, gentlemen.
How are you, Alan?
Good. You talked about it, BT, on Monday. The construction of both clubs. That is the gist of their problems. Getting the old guys, experimenting like the Mets with their pitching lab, like they're the only ones that came out with it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're both dealing with, both of them, construction because, again, bringing up young kids. Now the Mets don't want to bring up young kids. They have Alonso. They brought him up. But the bottom line is, and again, last night as an example, if you just give me a minute. Last night, okay, you're winning 6-0 against a guy, Carrasco, who could not pitch in the College World Series.
The game should have been over.
You're winning 6-0. But you're winning 6-0. But by the fourth inning, you're losing 9-6.
Can't happen.
So how that can be a shock? There's 4 quarters in football. There's 3 periods in hockey. Now, Sal, you're totally right about. Let's see, Manaea again is whether he's injured or not, whatever. But Holmes pitched good for a half a year. But the bottom line is, it's the whole year. 3 quarters of the year. Everybody goes through their ruts.
Understood.
Ruts.
But this is
right.
more. This is more than just a rut. The point is, Alan.
Right. No. That's what I'm saying, Sal. That's what I'm saying. You're right about it. But like Cannon, like BT said, he was going down.
He was.
You got to think as a GM and owner for the whole year. If you win it by 42 in the NBA in the second quarter, it doesn't mean anything because you know what happened.
But Alan, you're forgetting, and thank you for the call.
Thanks, buddy.
If you're going to go over the whole year, and you're right, they're building it for the whole year. That's what Stearns did. Go over all of it. Tyler McGill, do we love him? No. But Tyler McGill was at least a starting pitcher who was serviceable for the Mets in the beginning part of the year. Griffin Canning, same thing. Do we love Griffin Canning? I started to really like watching him pitch. I thought he was a solid
respect
pitcher.
him, that's for sure.
Yeah, but again, big league starting pitcher that was doing his job. Those were the 2 depth arms to complement what should have been Senga, Manaea, Holmes, Montas, love him or hate him, whatever, he's a part of the rotation, and David Peterson. That's 7 guys, right? 7 guys right there that should at the very least be serviceable big league pitchers. Mm-hmm. Canning down for the year. Tyler McGill has been hurt for a long time. Senga was good, then he got hurt. Manaea hurt right out of the get-go. And then you have Montas and obviously Holmes. Montas was hurt as well for the first half of the year. Mm-hmm. He comes back. Holmes, whatever, he's at least been there the whole time. And Peterson been there the whole time and been pretty good. Point is, I think Stearns did build this with the thought of the entire year. Throw in Blackburn, they had 8 guys that you could say, hey, in case of an emergency, 3 deep, we're good. Yeah. We're not dipping in the minor leagues for some double-A scrub who shouldn't be here. They were covered with at least serviceable big league starters. They got hit hard by injury, and now that they're as healthy as they've been, the guys just aren't producing.
Well, they're not. And think about the way the last caller started the call. He talked about how, I think it was the day that you were off Monday, when I talked about, and it was more about the Yankee construction roster-wise versus the Mets. I spent more time on the Yankees because there's bigger problems there. I'm not going to absolve Stearns, but I'm going to get some clear and distinct separation from the way Stearns built the roster than the way Cashman has, meaning I think Cashman has built a terrible roster, and I think that Stearns got here 2 years ago and had to see what the hell he had. So I got to give him some room to get off the ground here. There's no doubt. One thing on Manaea, all right? One thing on Manaea. So when he changes, and I remember saying this to you a while ago, and I almost hope it's a loose body in his arm still, rather than what I'm about to say. Because my fear a little bit with Manaea, when he switched up that windup and he became Chris Sale for 18 starts, he looked like a Cy Young winner, right? Now, that's also the first time the league saw him. Now, that was last year. Now, you go to school on him with film during the offseason. So I don't know if it's because his stuff is a little diminished because of the loose bodies or because now the league's starting to see this new delivery release point, and it's not nearly as effective. I don't know the answer.
And I doubt that the Mets brought him back thinking that he was going to be as great as he was last year, and that's what he was. He was terrific last year in that second half since he changed the arm angle. But maybe hoping that there'd be somewhere in between. Remember, they signed him the year before.
Yep.
You know, they signed him before he turned into what he did, the Sale example.
Correct.
Thinking and I liked him. Like, he's had some good years.
But he was a fine pickup.
Solid. But he pitched like an ace. So even if they weren't expecting him to pitch like an ace, he's got to be better. And he's been hurt the whole year. He comes back and he gives you, I'm going to say as a starter here.
You got the game log in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
So forget the game going into the All-Star break against Kansas City, where remember he was the second guy.
Came
out
in
of the
second, yes.
4 innings against Cincinnati, 1 run. 5 innings against the Angels, 1 run. That's what you want. You're building your way up.
Getting there.
5 innings against the Padres, also 1 earned run allowed. That's good. Like, you're taking that. Okay,
terrific.
Even though they lost that game. How did they lose that game 7-1? The bullpen must have imploded. I forget that game. Anyways, against the Padres, where they were getting swept by the Padres in San Diego.
3 good starts.
But still 5, exactly. 3 good starts in a row and building his way up.
Yep.
Next start against Cleveland. Now, this is where he starts to lose it badly when the Mets desperately needed him. At home against Cleveland, he was rolling through 5 innings. He implodes in the 6th innings. He went 5 2/3, allowing all 5 runs, if I'm correct, in that 6th inning.
I remember.
And then last time out, he staked to a big lead against Milwaukee.
5-zip.
And he goes 4. I think it was 4-0 if I'm not mistaken. Whatever it was.
I think it was 5. I think the Mets scored 5 runs.
Yeah, I think you're right. And then he goes 4 innings and allows 4 earned runs.
Yeah.
That can't happen. So it went from, okay, he's good, solid, what we expect, building your way up in 3 starts, even in the 4th start against Cleveland, and then just imploding in that 6th inning. And then last time out, unacceptably bad again with the 4 innings blowing that big lead. So it's been 2 awful starts from Manaea. Everything else has been pretty good. Yeah. So I'm still not sure what to believe. All I know is this. If he pitches the way that he pitched the last 2, they cannot survive.
I agree with that.
There's no way to survive.
The season will basically be over if he doesn't get better.
BT and Sal on the Fan, 888-808-1019 is the number to call. Daryl Strawberry coming up in about 8 minutes or so. If you live in New Jersey, your electricity rates, they're going up yet again. If your current cooling system's over 15 years old like mine, you got to get ahead of that rate increase now with the new high-efficiency Carrier AC system. I'm in the process of doing it. Can't wait for it to be done. And you know what I did? I called the one company that there is to call. My friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's air conditioning experts, and they have been for decades. Take it from me, you'll save money and stay cooler. These guys are true experts. Contact my friends now at EdisonHVAC.com. That's EdisonHVAC.com.
No matter the season, New York sports never stop. Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets. If it's happening, we're talking about it. The Fan, 101.9 FM and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
This summer, stay cool and hydrated with the official water of Major League Baseball, Primo Brands. With Primo Brands water delivery, you get premium hydration from trusted brands like Poland Spring, Pure Life, and Saratoga, delivered right to your door. Stock up for the game or just keep everyone refreshed. Still, sparkling or flavored, there's something for everyone. And the best part, you call the shots. Whether you need a few cases or a few weeks supply, Primo's flexible delivery fits your schedule. So step up to the plate, hydrate like a pro with Primo Brands, the official water sponsor of MLB. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Record numbers of residents are getting quality, affordable health insurance through Get Covered New Jersey. If you recently had a major life event such as marriage, pregnancy, or insurance loss, you may be eligible to enroll now. All health plans include preventive care, prescriptions, emergency services, and more. 9 in 10 enrolling get financial help, and many pay $10 a month or less. Find out if you qualify at getcovered.nj.gov. That's getcovered.nj.gov.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, Trying to find a needle in a haystack? Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
With baseball in full swing, there's never a dull moment or a shortage of thrills in this league. The thrills are nothing new at Bay Ridge Mazda. Tired of that clunker you've been driving? Just bring it into Bay Ridge Mazda for up to $2,000 over book value all month long. The time is now to make a trade. Head over to the place where everybody wins, Bay Ridge Mazda, located on 4th Avenue and 90th Street, or buy your car direct at BayRidgeMazda.com and have it delivered to your door. That's Bay Ridge Mazda, 4th Avenue and 90th Street in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn.
On Tuesday, August 26th, it's FanDuel Futures Day, a new holiday for football fans. It's 24 hours of deals on all your football season predictions. So take a flyer on the MVP race. Can Jaden Daniels take the next step and win the award in just his second season? Can C.J. Stroud bounce back after a sophomore slump? Maybe a healthy Dak Prescott can win his first. Crown your champion in August. Will the Bills finally do it? Can the Eagles go back-to-back? Or maybe a long shot like the Bengals or Packers will win it all? Or parlay your division winner dark horses? Mark your calendars. This is your day for your hunches, your hot takes, your calls, and your odds. Visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your futures bet now, because Futures Day is one day and one day only. We love the app around here. It's safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel, play your game. FanDuel Sportsbook, the official partner of WFAN. 21 and over, physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers, and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Dedication isn't born in the light of day. It's carved in the quiet hours before the world blinks awake. At Boar's Head, we rise with a mission to deliver craftsmanship worthy of your table. A slice of something special folded into every moment worth savoring. Because dedication means delivering only the very best. Boar's Head, committed to craft since 1905.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
All right, let's go. A little Raekwon and Mobb Deep giveaway here. Staten Island stand up for Quan. And well, you look at the early East Coast hardcore hip-hop rap. Obviously, you got Mobb Deep right in the middle of it. So, concerts coming up. Who wants to go? Call their number 10 at 866-540-WFAN. It's 866-540-9326. This should be insane. And that's your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Raekwon and Mobb Deep as they celebrate 30 years of hip-hop classics over at the Brooklyn Paramount in early December 7. And it's only on the BT and Sal show. We are hooking you up. So it's from our friends at Live Nation. Tickets going on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. Ticketmaster.com.
I can smell the weed in the air already, BT.
Is that a bad thing for you?
No, I mean, well, you know me. I'm not but I've been to plenty of concerts like that before. I understand it.
Yeah.
Raekwon Mobb Deep. You kidding me?
Dude, that's sick, man. I mean, you think about West Coast rap, right? But you talk about the East Coast rap, and they were kind of, at least Mobb Deep was, they were kind of pulled into the Tupac stuff.
Yeah.
There was diss tracks going back and forth.
I remember
That was
Tupac,
crazy stuff.
Bleep Mobb Deep. I like Mobb Deep. Right.
For sure. So, and I think, was it Prodigy? I forget which one of them said that, they actually loved Tupac and they never really met him. And they're like, hey, keep dissing us, man. We're about to make some money here. So that's going to be a sick concert.
Looking forward to that one. Raekwon and Mobb Deep, of course. All right, BT and Sal, all the fan, 888-808-1019 is the number to call. We are awaiting the straw man, Daryl Strawberry. We haven't had him on together, so it'll be fun to talk to Straw here for a little bit, obviously about his record going down and seeing what he thinks about Pete Alonso writing that on the baseball there.
You think he knows what was written?
He's going to find out. I think by now.
I don't think he's very active on social media, so I'm not so sure that he knows.
I hope not, honestly. But I would assume somebody had to have gotten it to him or asked him about it. The BT and Sal Show on the Fan is presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Mets. I do think it's interesting. Hoff was telling us Straw's on the West Coast, so I assumed that he was going to be. Not that he's going to be hanging on for every single game to see Alonso break the record. And I know he sent the video in. But I did assume he was going to be at the ceremony the day after. Like maybe they fly him in that morning, yesterday morning. Now it turns out it got postponed until tonight.
Yeah.
They're going to have that ceremony for Pete tonight. So I certainly thought he was going to be there, but apparently not. He's on the West Coast. So
he's not going?
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe there's an issue. Maybe Pete meant what he wrote on the bull. Maybe he was dissing Straw.
Well, do you think that he has a right if Straw doesn't show up?
No. By the way, I'm saying that in jest. I think they actually have a good relationship.
I'd say you put yourself in Pete's shoes. You break the record. Yeah. You get a nice little video from Straw, but the Straw man's not there. Okay, and he's going to be joining us here in a second, so we could ask him about that.
Jeter didn't even go to Old Timers Day, so I'm going to get on Straw man for flying across the country, on a win. No, I got Daryl's back.
Let's ask the man himself right now, joining the program, BT and Sal, Daryl Strawberry. How are you, Straw? We appreciate the few minutes. What's going on?
Straw.
Good morning, fellas. How you guys doing back there in New York City?
Yeah, we're not bad.
Good.
So first one, before we get to the baseball here, so you're on the West Coast. You're obviously not going to be at this ceremony tonight for Pete. There's no way you could have made that, right?
No way I could make it. I'm out here for our charity for cancer tonight in California.
Okay, so there you go. And I know you sent the video in and all that stuff. Your record, Straw, was held for 37 years. What is it? Was it a big deal to you when you broke it? Who'd you pass? Kingman, right, in 1988?
Kingman, 1988. I didn't even realize I passed Kingman until somebody told me that. But I was more concerned about performing and staying focused, and I think that's what baseball is all about. I think, let's see, people talk about the record, talk about how low it is, but you got to remember where this franchise was and what kind of players that had came through this franchise before I got there. There was a lot of players that came through that had success, but did they have great success? Not a whole lot. You couldn't have had a whole lot, being in last place year after year. And had it not been for development, Frank Cashin developing the farm system and developing players like myself, Gooden, all the players that came through, Lenny and all those, Mitchell, all the players that came through that were younger, and then they started to have this movement towards what was important in the organization for younger players to be able to come to the big leagues and be successful.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Ruth or Hank or Willie or some of the other franchises, but you got to start somewhere. That's the whole point, Straw. Like, eventually, we'll see how long Pete is a Met, and that's obviously a very important point of conversation, but, he might wind up with 5 if he's not here forever. Soto will probably blow by his, and that just continues to elevate, and the number's not going to be 254 forever. Eventually, it's going to be 5 bills. That's how you get it up there.
That's exactly how it works, and we have to credit these younger players for working hard and getting there. I mean, so many former players look at the players today and they envy the players because of salaries. Man, they play baseball just like we did. We don't sit here. I'm not a player to sit here and critique players. I love the players. I encourage the players. Do the best you can. Understand the fan base that you have, you play in front of. I think a lot of times people don't recognize the Mets fan base is incredible. They just have suffered for so long. And they're tired of suffering, and they need winners. They need teams coming in there that's competing every year and giving them a chance to win and win. They need to win, regardless of how many numbers Pete gets, Soto get, Lindor get. nimble. You need to start winning for this fan base. It is an incredible fan base. I played there for 8 seasons. I know what it's like. I know what it feels like. And everybody's always trying to compare with the Yankees. You don't compare yourself with the Yankees. The Mets have had some players that are franchise players that are doing great things. And as you can see, we're finally Stevie is coming in there, and he's finally recognizing that the players that they have had here turn this franchise around to have a face. And now they have a face of players today that needs to be successful, and we need to pull for them. We need to encourage them. I'm a big part of this franchise. I love the franchise because I'm a homegrown player from the franchise.
And you know what's amazing? But of course, Daryl Strawberry with us here, BT and Sal, gracious enough for some time. Obviously, Pete now the all-time Mets home run leader. You're one of the few, and I want to keep this to the Mets, but just as more of a statement. You're one of the few New York baseball players who was loved by both fan bases. I mean, how many other people could say that?
I don't think many can.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm really thankful that I had the opportunity to play for the Yankees and play for the Boss and play for Joe Torre and play among all those young players of Jeter and Mo and Sada and all those good players that they developed through that organization that made them great. And that's what, the franchise of the New York Yankees is always going to be an historical franchise because of what they have done for many years and the players that they've had for many years. And New York is the greatest place to play, regardless of what anybody say or think. I know because I had a chance to play on each side, and I had a chance to play in other places, but nothing like playing in the passion of New York fans. And when they speak loud. And if you don't listen, I mean, you can't let the noise get to you, but if you can't hear what they're saying about you when you're not playing well, there's something's wrong with you. You don't understand how great it is to play in front of people. So I think that's what I got a chance to experience and love about playing in New York because it's nothing like it. It's nothing like playing under the pressure. It's nothing like being in the spotlight, but you got to perform.
Yeah, and just I'm thinking of it off the top of my head here. I'm pretty sure you're the first position player, homegrown position player, to have his number retired by the Mets. Do you think, Straw, if you chose, for whatever reason, I know the Mets front office and then you wanted to go to L.A., whatever it may be, if you were a Met, lifelong Met, you think we would have seen 500? How much damage do you think you could have done had you stayed in New York with the Mets for your entire career?
Easily 500, no doubt about it. I had to stay focused, but I knew the organization was going in a different direction when you start getting rid of all the players that I came up with. And it's hard to stay with a group of guys that don't understand winning. And that's what was happening in my later part of my career with them, last couple years. Guys started accepting losing. I hated losing because I was used to winning all the time, and I was used to players that had a lot of guts. And that's what it takes to play there. When you get complacent and you're comfortable with losing, then that's what it's going to be. And so I didn't really have a feel that the organization was going in the direction of winning and keep winning. So that's why I made that decision. Had I known about staying in New York, I probably would have went to the Yankees. I didn't know. If George probably was around, he told me I would have snatched you in the free agent market when you was a free agent, and I could have stayed in New York, but I didn't know, and I ended up going to the West Coast. And with that being said, we moved on from that, and just went to the place of the fact that I am a New York Met for the rest of my life. That franchise I played under, I was very successful through the minor league system and the major league system for them, and being an everyday player. I'm truly thankful for that.
Yeah, and the reason why I asked that, Straw, is not to say regret leaving, but it's not like you went to the Dodgers and hit 30 home runs every year for the next 5-6 years. Obviously, there were some issues going on there, and maybe if you stayed with the Mets, it could have been different, and the production would have followed as well. That's why I asked the question.
Yeah, no, I understand that because my production would have stayed at the level it stayed at playing in New York. I was already accustomed to playing in New York. I already know what it was like to play in front of the fan base and run out there and have people scream for you and cheer for you and yell for you and have them tell you when you suck, and I think that's what a lot of players, I think that's what a lot of players can't deal with today. They can't deal with hearing the fact that you suck. But you do. When you do, it should motivate you to want to win. And I'm thinking with these players today, they have a chance and opportunity. You got a great owner. So there's no excuses. I mean, he pays well. He'll probably give you everything that you need. There's no reason why you shouldn't want to go out there and dominate and kick butt, against the other team. When I look at the other team across the field, I never wanted to be their friends. I was never wanted to be hugging on nobody, shaking and laughing with them. I came to the ballpark to dominate and whoop your behind, and that's the thought process you have to have playing in New York when you have a team there that can. I mean, this Met team is so talented, and everybody's talking about, well, what's wrong? Is it the manager? No, well, they don't have a lot of great pitching, but you know what? You got guys in your offense that needs to learn how to step up and be productive every night. I mean, I'm not saying the same guy has to do it every night. Somebody's got to do it, and somebody's got to you got to pick up the slack off of your pitching staff. I mean, we did that every night with the core guys that we had with Hernandez, Carter, myself, McReynolds. When we had those guys in our lineup, we were productive. Somebody would do it to help get us over the hump, and that's what baseball is all about. If you're not going to get over the hump, you're not going to win.
Yeah, but Straw, and I get it. You guys did pick him up a lot because you guys put up a lot of runs, but whether it was Ronnie or El Cid, obviously young Dwight, Cody, you mentioned some others. Clearly, I mean, those guys were stars. This Mets rotation stinks.
Well, I'm not going to get into all of that about how they stink or whatever. I mean, it's tough when you haven't been successful. We had a pitching staff that had been successful coming up underneath us. When you're piecing a pitching staff together every year to try to stay in the race and be in the race, that's hard to do. And let me say, I credit all of them for what they've done, because you know what? They still at the top. They still got a chance to win. It'd be different if they was like 15 games out. 5 games out is nothing. That's you're in August, and it's getting late in August, but you have a whole month of September. All it takes is to get hot at some point of each player to get hot and physically start doing what they know how to do and what they're capable of doing. All these guys are capable of doing. They just got to do it, and that's what's happening a lot. It's not being done. You get a run, you get a lead like last night, 6-0. You got to pour it on. You got to put your foot on their face and make it 9-0.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Love it.
By the way, I'm still laughing. I told a straw man. I'm still in before when he says he didn't like shaking hands. Hey, he was throwing hands more than he was shaking hands, And maybe we need a little mid-'80s fight to get these Mets out of the doldrums here, Straw. Come on.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they are in the time that, they're not in the time that we're in.
Nah.
It was a different time. When we looked across and we looked at the Cardinals, we hated them.
Yep.
And we know they hated us. And we looked at the Phillies, we hated them. And it was just the way it was. And it wasn't gonna be about we're your friends. We're not your friends. We're coming here to step on you, and we're gonna put the pedal on you, and we're gonna burn rubber, and we're gonna leave, and we're gonna get out of here. And we're gonna be smiling when we get out of here. And that's the kind of personality and attitude that we had as a team.
Good.
And sometimes you have to have that plan in New York that we're the best. We represent New York. When you come in here, you'd be lucky to win one game in Shea. That's just the way we felt about it. If you come in here for a 4-game series, you might get one, you might not get one. But we were okay that we got three out of 4. We wasn't gonna let teams that was not supposed to beat us come in and dominate against us.
Good God. Talk to me, Straw. Yes, we missed that. All right, we appreciate your time. I got one more before we let you go. So I don't know how many baseballs or photos you've signed over the years. Mets franchise home run king. Have you been asked to sign that over the course of your 37-year record holding there with the Mets?
No, I think because this generation of Mets fans don't really know who I am. They just know from names.
Stop.
And what they've been told.
All right, yeah, and people, like, to me, it's never a thing. Like, hey, Daryl, can you sign this for me? I remember thinking Mets home run king. So Pete Alonso was asked to sign a baseball, and I don't know if somebody asked him to write something specific. He wrote, Pete Alonso signs at number 20, Mets franchise home run king, down goes Straw. You have an issue with that?
No, I don't have an issue with that. Like I said, I'm here to critique players, and they have their right to do whatever they need to do, and if that's the way he feels about it, then more power to him. Happy for him. He's a good kid. He wants to win. He's trying his best to do the best he can with what he have. And especially what he's been through. After going through free agent, nobody wanted to talk to him. So you go back and prove yourself, and that's the whole point. I did the same thing in 1990 when I had to prove myself. Nobody wanted to talk about contract, and they say, "Well, show me." And then it was my walk year, and I hit 37 and drove in 100-something, and there I was. I was off and running.
Yeah, I don't like it for you. down goes Straw. Come on, man. So how about this, Daryl? Instead of Willie Mays coming here and playing for the final 2 or 3 years, imagine if Willie Mays was an old like a career Met, and you broke his home run mark. You're gonna write down goes Willie on the base? No way.
No, I mean I would never do anything like that. And, You know, like I said before, it's a different time, different generation. I'm not here to judge Pete or any of those guys. I wish them all well. If they ever, really wanted to know how good I was, they would really go to the highlight reel and look at it for real and say, man, this guy was different. He did something special. He just didn't hit home runs. He, played the field, ran bases, won championships, all-star games. He did it all, and did it with a lot of pride of winning. Because at the end of the day, you can have all the records and numbers you want, but if you don't win nothing there, it will not mean a thing.
There we go, Straw. That's what we're looking for, baby. How many home runs he hit in Game 7 of the World Series? How about those rings? Show that bling. Last one, Straw. You have any advice for Pete as far as being a lifelong Met? You think you should value that? Take the money. Where you at with Pete once he opts out of his contract here?
It's hard to say, with today and with the agents they have and the market, what it is and what they can get. So it's going to be really interesting again to see what happens after the season's over, because he's going to opt out after this year because he's having a good year, and his agent's probably going to test the market, and he's going to get the highest bid. Whoever bid the highest, for his first baseman, that's where he's going to probably try to send him.
No, last year nobody bid except the Mets. Pretty much that was the problem for Pete.
Well, that was the problem last year. He's coming down. He had a down year, and now you come back and you redeem yourself, and now you have the opportunity for yourself to put yourself in a better situation and say, okay, I can have all these different teams bid for me, and let's see what the Mets are going to offer me too. So that's part of baseball, man, today.
Straw, you're the man. We appreciate the time. Still the home run king in my eyes. This 46-year-old.
No.
Oh, no, 37 years. Daryl, you're the guy. 37 years. I was an 8-year-old. Come on.
That's over. It's a new home run king for the New York Mets, and it's Pete Alonso. And congratulations to him, and all the best to him and his teammates, and as they go forward to bring something special to their fan base.
All class. Thank you, Daryl. We appreciate your time.
All right, guys, you got it.
I'll tell you, man.
But you got the competitive.
Oh yeah.
You want to find out what I did?
Classy, took the high road. What I did take away from that is that, first of all, he's and we've said this, and we've known this, he's in a great place in life. Remember the first time I met him was at SNY. He was over there a lot back in the day. I met his wife, Tracy, and I remember actually hanging out with them a lot at Michael K's wedding, right? And I got to know Daryl a little bit. I got to know Tracy, as my wife did as well. She saved him. I mean, she brought the religion. Like, she basically picked him up and said, you got to find a different path. And all these years later, Daryl's still on that path. So God bless him. Because like Doc, he was hanging by a thread. I love it. Number one. Number two, I also got that it wasn't like he was standing next to him and Pete's like, hey, Daryl, I'm going to write this, man. Down goes Straw. I don't think Strawberry's mad, but it wasn't like they were in cahoots on that. He
said I wouldn't do that. He said it flat out. Now, look, Pete's his own person. I guarantee you somebody probably told him to write. I don't think Pete's writing that on his own.
Yeah, but Pete's not 5 years old.
Do you think Pete, because the guy Pete always referenced growing up watching was Piazza.
Okay.
He talks about Piazza's power and watching that. And he might have referenced David Wright as well, but he's how old is Pete? He's 30? So
Pete's 30, just turned 30.
Okay, so think about that. That's 15 years.
Yeah.
Like for me, as a 45-year-old, and Daryl was our wheelhouse, you're a little bit older, whatever it may be.
I love Daryl.
So that's 15 years of an age difference there that could be pretty significant as it pertains to watching Daryl Strawberry.
Yes,
so
yes.
You think
yes.
Pete is fully aware of all that Strawberry did and what he was? I'm sure he's heard of him.
No, I don't think that he, and this is not a knock at Pete. I think a lot of modern ball players, it's almost hard for us to expect them to know what we know, what we cherish when they didn't live through it.
He was born in 94.
Yeah, no, the answer is no. But I would tell you this, here's going to be the answer, which would be yes. You ask any baseball person that watch both of those men play, you want Straw or you want Pete to start a team? Everybody's taking Straw. And I'll say one more thing. I can't prove this, but I don't think anybody's ever looked better in a uniform in the history of baseball than Daryl Strawberry.
Yeah, man.
He had the guns. He was long and fast. He just looked like, oh, my
intimidating
God.
with the stance.
Yeah, the eye black. He had a chain, like he had a little swag, but he had the perfect body.
The name on the back
yes,
of the jersey.
Even that, too. You're right.
Strawberry on that old 86 jersey.
And the pinstripes fit him like a 1980-something Brooks Brothers. Like, just perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
I love that. I was watching a lot of the old highlights, obviously, with this, looking to see if they had some of the. I couldn't find the one that he broke Kingman's record with because it probably wasn't a big deal back at the time.
Ralph Kiner on the call.
Watching Strawberry hit all those home runs. Oh, man, great to talk to Straw for a few minutes. All right, we'll get back to your calls here, 888-808-1019.
It's Boomer and Gio, mornings on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
He's wearing a shirt that said he's golfing. And then yesterday she put on the shirt, go ask your dad. So what I deduced from this is she wants me to stop playing so much golf and do more stuff for the kids. I'm just waiting for the next shirt. I hired a lawyer.
Listen to Boomer and Gio on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Maggie Gray with an Odyssey Sports Minute. The Miami Dolphins looked overmatched in joint practices with the Detroit Lions, blown off the field in what reporters called one of the most lopsided sessions they've ever seen. Detroit's Amon Ross say Brown ran wild, and Miami's defense had no answers. Sure, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle sat out, but the effort raised red flags. With shaky vibes in camp and questions around Tua Tagovailoa, Miami's preseason is raising more doubts than confidence. I'm Maggie Gray.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
DQ presents the sound of happy. Hear that? That's the DQ chicken strip basket. Only $7.49 for a limited time. We're talking 4 100% white meat seasoned chicken strips served with fries, Texas toast, and DQ's signature country gravy. Yeah, you heard that right. For crunch time and no time, it can only be the DQ chicken strip basket. Just $7.49 for a limited time. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy tastes good at participating locations.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X-Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday this season, all the way through the AFC Championship game. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
Water damage happens fast. So can the cleanup when you call on the restoration specialists at 1-800-SERVPRO to help make it like it never even happened. That's 1-800-SERVPRO.
Franchises are independently owned and operated. Moms and dads, do you wish you could know where your kids' shoes are at all times? Now you can with Skechers' newest Apple AirTag compatible sneakers, Find My Skechers. There's a clever hidden AirTag compartment under the shoe's insole. It's sleek, secure, and your child can't feel or see it. Then you can check where your kids' shoes are on the Find My app. Plus, they're available for boys and girls. Get Find My Skechers at Skechers.com, a Skechers store near you, or wherever kids' shoes are sold. Apple AirTags sold separately.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. I had a tomahawk steak last night that was absolutely cooked to perfection. Now, you already know how it was done with the Chef IQ Sense, the wireless thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking your chicken, fish, or meat, whether you're cooking on a stovetop, oven, or grill. It is built to withstand extreme heat, and the app alerts you when to take the steaks off the grill and even when to flip them. Order the newly released 3rd generation Chef IQ Sense right now at chefiq.com and make sure to put the code word Boomer in for 15% off.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Clouds and thunderstorms, high 88.
Weather brought to you by Robert Half. Our recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI will find you the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
Talk New York sports on WFAN, 888-808-1019. Powered by Paramount Plus. Count on Sundays all season long with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Tierney and Sal back on the fan on this. What the hell day is it? Thursday morning. 888-808-1019. The number call. Fun talking with Straw for a little bit. We just had Daryl Strawberry on. In case you missed it, check it out on the free Odyssey app. And while he was classy and didn't have anything bad to say about Pete, obviously, you could tell, BT, that he was, I don't want to say that he was upset or whatever, but also a prideful player. Right? Prideful player, like, hey, you want, if anybody's going to question what I was as a player, go look it up. You saw what I did. And he is unquestioned. Obviously, the off-the-field stuff led to some bad years. I didn't realize how bad it was with L.A. as far as his numbers. He went 5-6 years without hitting any homers, like 4 or 5 home runs a season. So, But anyway, he's unquestioned. And I do believe, I was just thinking off the top of my head, because it was always Hodges, Seaver, just Jackie Robinson, obviously. I'm trying to think of the numbers.
Kuzman later, Stacey Stengel.
Yeah, and then Piazza came, but he was not homegrown, obviously. And then Doc and Daryl. So
and now David Wright is a homegrown.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But Straw was the first homegrown Met position player.
As he should have been.
Position player. That's a big deal.
I love Daryl Strawberry. I'm telling you, the guy, you got to remember, I saw his first game. Right. The age gap with you and I, when he comes up, I'm watching him.
Right. 83?
Yeah. And I'm like, who the hell is this guy?
Just looks like it right out of the gate.
6'5", 6'6", lean. He just looked like a gazelle, and he ran like a gazelle. And he had such a... The other thing, too, is he had a very unique swing. Like, it was basically with one hand. It was like a flick.
God.
And then you'd see him throw the ball. Now, to be fair, there were times, because he was hungover later, he's talked about this as well, where he just wasn't in the game in right field. His head was in space. But when you watch Daryl lock in on D, I mean, he could throw the ball from the right field foul pole to home plate on a fly. He had a rocket.
Now, one thing I will say in favor of Pete, if Pete stays here, and I believe he will. Like, I've heard what Evan had to say about it. You and I got into this yesterday. I don't believe there's any way at this point King Cohen lets Pete Alonso go. We could talk about whether it's the right decision, baseball decision. At this point, has nothing to do with just the record. It's all encompassing.
Meaning he'll never, ever play for another team?
No, that's a different...
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Ever's different. I think he's going to be here the next 5 years, let's say.
I don't, but I got you.
Okay. I mean...
I definitely don't.
I can't imagine going through this again. If I'm Pete, I'm not doing it. If I'm Pete, I'm saying I'm not signing a deal that's fewer than 3 years. If it's less than 3, I'm out. Anyway, I believe Cohen's going to sign him up long term, and he's going to be here for a while. If Pete stays here beyond 3 years, let's say 5 more years, he is going to be the best position player in franchise history, because
to me he's not. David Wright's better.
Yeah, but he's going to have all. I know Wright's back and all that stuff, and I love David Wright. You know that. True captain, leader, all that stuff. Pete is going to obliterate the home run total, RBI, all that stuff, and homegrown. And Wright has the back issues and maybe not the numbers that Pete's going to have. Straw had the off-the-field issues and not the longevity, and certainly not a lifelong Met.
Yep.
Pete could have the perfect balance of being here his entire career. Now, we got to see, again, how it plays out. But he could be here his entire career, or at least the bulk of his career, and have all the records and have his number retired up there next to Straw and Wright.
Not a diss, not a knock, just how I feel. That's why, to me, records obviously are not meaningless, but get hijacked too much. To me, it's David Wright, the best all-around Mets position player, homegrown ever. Daryl's very close because, again, he could run. He had 30 steals. He had a good arm.
And if you take Daryl's peak against David Wright's peak, I love David.
I'd still say David Wright because Daryl never hit Daryl never hit 300. David Wright did.
Dude, but Daryl, come on,
I know.
man.
I saw him. I love Daryl, but anyway, my point being is that Pete is a distant third. That's not a knock. You had to have seen all three play. I think if you ask, guys my age and you're a couple of years younger, that's why you missed those prime score
I know,
years.
but you do have to put it all together, and you could say, well, Wright would have been, but he had the injury history. Straw could have been, but he left and had some issues. Pete did. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, he did, but he did so with many, maybe not. I don't want to be unfair to Pete. He did. What you do is what you do.
That's what I'm saying.
Irrefutable. I got that. But the deficiencies that we all know, in even trying to turn that double play last night to Lindor, man, come on, good God Almighty! First of all, I thought that Peterson was going to get his leg snapped. I mean, he just lollygagged. The deficiencies with Pete are pretty glaring. I don't think Wright had any. And when Daryl was locked in, outside of maybe not being a 300 hitter, he had none.
BT and Sal on the Fan. Reset down with the king topic of the day. It is the Mets' horrific loss from last night. We'll get the Yankees in as well. 888-808-1019.
Mets or Yankees, Jets or Giants, doesn't matter. WFAN breaks it all down with passion, knowledge, and non-stop New York energy. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
The Fun in the Sun event is on at Nielsen Dodge. Your new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram is here with 0 down payment, 0% financing available, and the credit help you deserve. Now that's fun.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude X 4x4, just $359 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4, just $399 a month. Or choose from hundreds of quality certified pre-owned vehicles.
You can get up to $1,500 over book value for any trade.
On Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at NielsenDodge.com. A proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
So, for super hot deals and fun savings, remember,
fun is in the driver's seat. Make this the summer event.
With approval term Jeep 24 Ram 42 months due at sign, Jeep 4654 Ram 4989 and tax tag 498 dock and DMV fees.
America's biggest indoor water park is just minutes from Manhattan at American Dream. DreamWorks Water Park has over 40 rides and slides, including the world's largest indoor wave pool and the steepest indoor drop slide, with tickets starting at $59. Book now at AmericanDream.com.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
The home of Yankees radio is WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
At 12:01, I'm Gordon Damer. Sports sponsored by Primo Brands, the official water sponsor of MLB. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission. Also brought to you by Saints Joachim and Ann Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. No team has received fewer innings from their starters the last 2 months than the Mets, so not a surprise. They have the fourth worst record in baseball in that span. Mets wrap up their series against the Braves tonight. Carlos Mendoza's team has lost 12 of 14.
They're tough losses, but you got to keep going, We got the coaches right now, looking at pretty much everything, trying to figure it out. How can we continue to help these guys, especially the guys, from the rotation.
Kodai Senga, Bryce Elder on the mound. First pitch on Odyssey Mets Radio 710. Yankees get the night off. They'll be in St. Louis tomorrow to open a set against the Cardinals. Yanks up by 1 game over the Guardians for the final wild card. Cleveland hosts the Marlins tonight. And Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice set to have his disciplinary hearing September 30th. That means he'll be eligible to play the first 4 weeks of the season, including week 3 against the Giants. Fan weather sponsored by Duke's Mayonnaise. 83 with some clouds. And that's what's happening. I'm Gordon Damer.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Brandon Tierney, Sal Licata back on the fan. We are down on the king topic of the day, and it is the Mets' horrific loss from last night. That just can't happen, BT. You know me. I've been as patient as I've ever been maybe with this group, and it's with true belief. It's not just false hope or positive Tommy nonsense. Like, he can do his thing, and that's fine. Well, I'm not trying to rip it. I'm saying, like, this is not positive. It's not a bit, is what I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you that I believe in this team. Look at the standings. Like, rock bottom for the Mets. Oh, my God, they're wretched, but yet they're still in the playoffs. I've seen plenty of wretched Mets teams in my life. I don't believe this team is one of them. However, last night hit a breaking point for me. It's the third straight time that the starting rotation has blown a big lead. That can't happen. They won one of the games. They did it the night before with Clay Holmes. 6-0 lead against a crappy, dead-in-the-water Atlanta Braves team with their best pitcher on the mound. You cannot lose that game under any circumstance. Peterson goes 3 1/3. It was brutal. The bullpen was even worse after that when you bring in Reed Garrett. That can't happen, and this has been a pattern for a while now. It's not a one-off. Losing this game to this team in this spot where the Phillies lost chance to cut to within 4 and everything back in the right direction, that one bothered me big time last night.
Well, I was going to ask you here because, if it was the Pirates or maybe not the Reds because you guys are going for the wild card right now, but somebody that's really not a threatening team, is it worse because it's the Braves?
No, because I'm over that because the Braves are so dead in the water.
All right, I'm just checking.
It's that they're a bad team.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I got
remember earlier in the year I was making a big deal about the Braves. They weren't dead yet. The Mets should have put the fork in Atlanta, and they didn't. I'm not worried about them now because I think they're a dead team walking. This has nothing to do with the history with the Mets and Braves. It's more about the Braves are an awful freaking baseball team, so much so that they got Cookie Carrasco pitching, and you're lighting him up in the first 3 innings of the game.
Yeah, but yet they might still have a better lineup than the Mets, as bad as they are. Yeah, I don't even want to get into that debate, but they got some guys who are good.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, they do. Well, Olsen's a beast. Harris, when he's on, is good. Obviously, Riley's banged up. Like, the Braves still have some players.
What they could do is, if you get guys on base, they can change the game with one swing of the bat like they did because David Peterson's walking everybody that steps up in the batter's box. It just can't happen. I mean, that inning, dude, come on. 9
absolutely
runs in one
terrible,
inning.
Sal.
It should never happen.
So if I own the baseball team, right, and I'm like, all right, what gives me the best chance to win? I don't even mean a World Series. I mean just to be competitive night to night. Well, I mean, I know my answer. Some might say, maybe some more modern minds might say, hey, I'm going to slug my way to whatever. That's not what I would say. Yeah, I got to hit, but I got to give myself a chance to come out, put a few zeros up early, and stabilize the game with starting pitching. That's where I'm at with the Mets right now. And to me, Sal, and until this is proven otherwise, it's becoming a statement of fact. Until the Mets pitchers give their team a chance to win, their starting pitchers, a chance to win, I don't know how this Mets season ever gets back on the rails.
Right. So now we know what the issue is. How are they know they have an issue. How are they going to fix it? And the answer can't be, well, let's cross our fingers and hope that next time Peterson's better and Senga's better and Minai's better. Yeah, you have to have that with a certain aspect. Like, that's got to happen. It can't just be, you can't get a whole new pitching staff and bullpen in there. But they do need to take some action or do something, take into their own hands here.
Yeah, be proactive, and they have with Montas. You're in the pen. Done.
Okay, that's one, but
that's a start.
Yeah, now Holmes should go to the pen, then bring up Sproat, and also I would bring up Tong. And I'm not saying that that's the answer. What I'm saying is it might be.
What
isn't the answer is what's going on right now.
That's well said because, you keep banging your head against the wall, and you do it wrong the same way over and over and over and over. You got to try something different. It's funny. We talk a lot about playing golf with Francesa. I can promise you if I hit like 3 into the weeds or if I dribble 3 in a row, I'm doing something with my hands. I'm doing something to try to mix up the trajectory and flight of my shot, which is applicable to anything in life. I mean, if you're getting into car accidents, drive more carefully. If you're failing tests, study harder. If your starting pitcher stink, sit him on the bench. So they are at least step one of being proactive. Sitting down Montas, bringing in some new arms, but it also does have to start, and this applies to any great team. And if they want to be great, they got to get this together. Clear, not great now. Your best players have to carry the mail. And you said before, until you can't hope Peterson gets better. Peterson, and he's been very good, so I don't mean to pile on him unnecessarily. But, Minai's got to get his act together.
But think about it this way. Last night specifically, if you did what I was saying that they should do a week ago, bring up all 3 of these guys, you could have had either Sproat available out of the pen or Tong. And now you have Tong, who could potentially be a length, higher leverage guy than Reed freaking Garrett, who I never want to see on the mound again. And I've been consistent about that for years. So I know he's had some good. I can't stand Reed Garrett. Nothing personal, just as a pitcher. Personally, he's probably a nice guy. I'm talking about as a pitcher, I don't want to see him on the mound. So if you have a spot where Mendoza's like, oh, crap, we're in trouble. Peterson can't get out of the fourth inning. Go to Tong. He can put out the fire. Now, again, I'm hoping that he could because he's got nasty stuff. He could put out the fire for an inning or two and get you to where you can now start to use your bullpen.
Yeah.
As opposed to, it's the fourth inning and I've got to go to Stanek or Reed Garrett or Montas. That can't happen when you continually have these pitchers not giving you any sort of length.
What's, in your opinion, Sal, the strength of this Mets team right now? What's the best part of the team? Maybe not that they're performing it right now, but what you think it will be when it's all said and done.
7, 8, 9 the pen.
Bang. I would probably agree with that. And if you can't get to that, that's offsetting your greatest strength.
And they're not even getting close. They're not even getting close. Like you could argue, even if they had a lead in the state, Peterson went 6 and it's a 1-run lead. All right, well, or I guess if Peterson went 6, then yes, they would get there. Peterson goes 5 innings, they have a 1-run lead. You still need the 6th inning, which they still should be able to have covered with Soto, Raley, maybe needing a single out from Stanek, whatever it may be.
Rogers.
Yeah, well, Rogers to me would be the 7th inning guy. But yes, whatever combination of Soto, Raley, Rogers for the 6th and or 7th inning, and then obviously Helsley and Diaz.
Got the back end.
But they're not even getting there. And the rare time that they did get there, it's with no margin for error, and it's with poor defense as well.
Yeah,
not helping them out. So
poor base running as well. I mean, that's a bad send by Pete. I don't understand. I'm not sending Lindor in that situation. I understand, and I'm aggressive by nature. Send them, wave them in, try to put some stress on the defense. A one-hop line drive rocket over 100 miles per hour to the right fielder. And you're sending Pete Alonso? He's out by a mile.
You know what's odd? We didn't talk about this earlier, but did you watch? You heard them breaking it down on the game at that point or no?
With the Pete stuff?
Yes.
No, because what happened
we're going
was
back and forth with Mets Yankees.
Exactly.
That's all I was asking because I did catch it. Now, off the bat, I think you and I were in agreement. I'm not thinking 3-2 count, 2 outs, everybody's running on contact. I'm thinking I watched the play happen.
Yeah.
It's a bullet to right field. And my initial thought is, that sucks that they just got a base hit and it's not going to score a run because it was hit hard and the right fielder, it seemed like he was playing shallow to me.
He was not deep.
Okay, there you go. So that's my initial, off the bat, I'm thinking, sucks that they wasted a hit and it's going to be bases loaded. All right, who's coming up?
Yep.
And then in real time, obviously, you see him going, and then he gets thrown out. On the broadcast, almost all of them, I'm pretty sure it was, but definitely Keith, they were all saying that they were shocked that Pete got thrown out because he should be running on a 3-2 pitch.
Of course he should be.
Right, but still, like, the idea to me, that even if he is running, it's still Pete Alonso. And
meaning running off, you mean on the pitch?
Yes. Yeah.
No, but if he gets his lead, if his primary, you don't even need a big primary lead just because you can't get picked off. Get a normal primary lead, make sure the ball's delivered, and just go. And if he would have done that properly, he may have, actually, I think he would have been safe.
I think he did. They were showing that on the replay. I don't think that was the issue.
You thought that was good enough?
It's Pete Alonso. He's not a
that's not a speed thing, though. That's stealing.
I didn't look at it once and say that he wasn't running like either hard or off.
No,
contact.
he was running hard. What I'm talking about is I think there was a fraction of a second or whatever denomination of if you will of time you want to apply where I didn't think his jump was perfect.
I like being aggressive. They were not aggressive against Cleveland, and it cost them. We talked about that. That, to me, was just like, and Mendoza defended it. That was the wrong move to be conservative in that spot. Last night, as much as I want to be aggressive, I think off the bat, if I'm watching it on TV, and my real feel off the bat is he's not going anywhere, you got to hold him up here.
Yes.
Then I don't know how they were aggressive to send him, other than thinking, well, it's 3-2, he's running, on whatever it may be, off the pitch, 3-2, you're running anyway. But it didn't work, and it's Pete Alonso. And the ball was hit hard and right to the right fielder who was playing, to me, shallow there.
Yeah, admit it certainly wasn't deep, as we said. Listen, to me, I'm not telling anybody how to coach, but what you want to do there is you project to the runner, I'm sending you. So it's the aggressive wave, right? And then as the play develops, and you see the right fielder get it cleanly on one up.
The ball hit that hard.
For sure. That's all calculated, for sure. But from a third base coach perspective, because we don't really talk about third base coach. It's always like Mendoza, Boone. Yeah. But from a third base coach perspective, what you're doing is the plays unfolding, calculating how hard it's hit, where's the right fielder, it's Pete, what jump did he have, all that stuff, where we are in the game. The third base coach is supposed to be going further and further and further and further down the line. And then you can clamp the brakes when you see it's fielded clean.
But it could be tough the longer that it is, especially with a lumbering runner like Pete. I guess.
But that's how you're supposed to do it.
At 3-2, when you're running on the pitch, I guess it was predetermined at that point that he's running on the pitch, and no matter what, I'm sending him here on a base hit.
That's so stupid. If that's the predetermined, you should never predetermine anything.
I'm just saying that Keith was perplexed that he couldn't believe that on a 3-2 pitch with the runner from second base running on the pitch could not score on a base hit. Like, perplexed by it. So now I'm thinking, man, okay, well, he's obviously Keith Hernandez. I'm not. But my initial read off the bat was one that, even though I want to be aggressive, I did not see the runner scoring on that spot. We've watched baseball a million games. Like,
me neither.
You know when a ball's hit that hard, an easy one hop for the right fielder, boom, fire.
So you don't send them. And by the way, Keith could be wrong.
Well,
I mean, Keith, he knows a million times more than both you and I combined, but it doesn't mean for that instance Keith is right. Matter of fact, I think Keith is wrong.
Right. Saying because of the circumstance. I know. I'm just saying that he should have gotten a better jump. Maybe he could have gotten a better jump.
It's not Tyrone Taylor running.
I know, but you're running on the pitch from second base.
I understand that, but you're not. I don't think you're getting as much. Not to belabor this, but it's one little play. But I don't think that you're getting as much distance from second base maybe as you think, even though you're going on the 3-2 and you're in motion.
Bottom line is David Peterson coughed it up, as has everybody in that starting rotation as of late, and that just cannot be accepted. BT and Sal on the Fan. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. I like music. I don't know if we needed the Dare Scones. Who was that, by the way?
Music.
What was that?
Not there.
We know who has a little country music. Let's get to the phones here. Mark is calling from Yonkers. What's up, Mark?
Yo.
BT, Sal, Hoff on the phone. Who's got it better than me right now?
Nobody.
Listen, serious question. Mets locker room compromised?
With what? What do you mean compromised?
Like fractured?
You think they're getting along? Correct. Thank you, BT.
Okay, why would you?
Think it's starting
before
to
we
break
answer,
apart
why
a
would you
little
even
bit?
hold on? Why would you even surmise that's just because they're not winning?
No, it just seems like something's off, BT, and and I'm trying to figure out what it is. They don't look together.
I don't see that. Now,
I don't either.
I did say if they don't beat the Braves, that's to me something that would be bad. But think about it this way. It's not like they didn't score any runs. It wasn't a life. They were up 6-0. That game should be over. 100 out of 100 times, you should never blow a 6-0 lead, especially under the circumstances with your best pitcher on the mound taking on a dead team in the Atlanta Braves. So at 6-0, were you thinking, I don't know, something just doesn't look right with the chemistry of this group? I'm not saying it's as good as it was last year. The issue is their starting pitching has been pathetic, god awful.
I agree.
Now, Sal, I wanted to ask you a question. Now, it's not me trying to be a wise guy. I value your two guys' opinion more than anybody else at the station. I love you guys. But Soto, league 10 years, correct?
I'm not
2019,
even sure.
not quite 10, no.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Never had a 200-hit season.
No.
And only batted over 300 twice, and one of those times was the 2020 150-bat shortened season.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out how did we put him on such a high pedestal?
Well, he's a great player. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. We've had this argument. We've had this argument. He's having a bad year, and he's got 29.
No. I'm right. No. I understand that. I'm not just basing it off this year.
Let's just simplify it, because BT and I have had this argument many times before. We're going to simplify
I think we're going to have another one here. Go ahead.
He excels at getting on base, more so than anybody else. I'm not saying he's got the highest on base in the league right now, but he does have the most walks. Combine that with power, plate discipline, which is the thing that is valued most in baseball right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he got paid what he got paid.
Yes, and he's also 25 or 26.
Bingo.
Yeah, no, big part of it for sure. And he's clutch.
Yeah.
And he's a World Series champion.
Was clutch.
Well, I'm saying with the Yankees. And the Nationals.
He just hasn't been this year with the
Not
Mets.
yet. He will be during this Met run. Come on. We all know that.
Yep.
I also think that unlike some other people that you can pay a lot of money to, he's going to sell tickets. Put it this way. Let's say now I know that Vladdy resigned. Let's say Vlad did not re-sign with Toronto and he went I don't know, to the Dodgers. I'm just getting them out of Toronto for a moment. And the Toronto pivot was Pete Alonso, who they were interested in a year ago, as we know.
Right.
Pete's not selling tickets in Toronto because he's not box office. He's good. Juan Soto's box office. So there's a ton of value to Juan Soto. My pushback has always been twofold. Number one, and I know I'm anal with this. I get it. When somebody says, hey, they're a great player, I say, no, I'm sorry. He's a great hitter. All right, so that's the first thing that I push back on. And then when I get a little weedsy, I'm like, well, he's a great hitter. Actually, he's transcendent with certain aspects of hitting. And other ones, I think he's overrated. Now, of course, I want Soto on any team that I'm rooting for. He's a stud in almost every facet of the game. But the one thing that Soto, and I remember that based on the discussions you and I had, the debates, it were wild, some of them. I mean, okay, anybody could have a down year. And he was traded, he hit 246. But even, in 2023 with the punt, 275. It's not like he hit 319 with the Yankees, 288.
Right, but he's a career 281 hitter.
I understand that.
For a guy that's going to hit 30-plus home runs and
but not 40. But not 40.
Well, he hit 41
last year. But I'm saying until last year.
And the one thing that everybody kept saying, you specifically, we had this argument, and I would agree, like, the power numbers were going to be down this year. They're not.
No, they're not down. They're not down. It's going to hit close to 40.
It's almost everything else is down. The one thing that's not is the power number.
But I think that there's going to be a market correction there because Juan Soto's not going to hit 256 next year. I mean, by the way, he might not hit 255 this year. He might go on a binge, and he might be. He might. But like Soto, and I own this. This is me being a baseball geek. I own this. Like, if you're telling me, like, and forget about Judge. That's too easy. But, like, give me George Brett. Give me a healthy Mattingly, 330, 340, 35 bombs, 50 doubles, 140 ribbies. Like, that to me is a superstar hitter. He's got elements of superstar characteristics, but for me, doesn't check all the boxes. That's where you and I disagree.
He hit 288 last year.
I know.
129 walks, led the league in runs scored with 128, 41 homers, 109 ribbies.
What did he hit the year before?
That's a superstar.
What did he hit the year before?
275.
What did he hit the year before that?
242.
Come on, dude. You can't gloss over that.
But he's a career. Of course, I'm just giving you the last year. Like, that's a superstar year. No, of course you get. He's a career 281 hitter.
That's very good.
That's going to hit you 30 homers and drive at 100 every year. Now, this year he's having a down year.
I'm not saying he's not amazing with certain. Right. I'm not even saying he's overpaid. I wish the Yankees guy. I've told you that.
Right, but I'm just saying that.
But superstar hitter is Aaron Judge or Ohtani a year ago with 50 and 50, or like I think Witt in like 2 or 3 years, or the other names I mentioned, the Bretts, the Mattingleys, Boggs, Gwynn hitting 3-4. Like, come on,
all Hall of Famers. Or
but Soto's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Understood. So I don't understand what the problem is.
The problem is the numbers that I look for in every area are less than I would want for a guy that's going to be called an absolute superstar with no pushback.
You value OPS more than anybody.
No, I value everything.
945 career OPS. Career OPS. 945.
I know. I'm not saying that he's Bernard Gilkey. Oh, Gilkey actually had a great year. You know what I'm saying?
This year has been
I think you know. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. I don't know that you do with this. I feel like of all the things we debate, I don't mean to interrupt you, man. This is fun. But I think of all the things that you and I debate, I feel like this is the one thing, and I don't need you to agree with me, clearly. I feel like you don't hear me on this.
I don't think you or the people who doubt Soto are getting the realization of what's happened in his career.
So I am. That's why I'm pointing out some of the bad stuff. I think you're missing the realization.
281.
The guy hit 245 a couple years ago.
Okay. So what?
275 2 years ago.
So what? Nobody had bad. You think Carlos Beltran's a better baseball player than Juan Soto?
100%.
Okay.
Not even close.
I knew you were going to say that.
Well, I know. That's an easy one.
How many home runs did he have his first year with the Mets?
16.
That was a bad year, right?
Yes.
Juan Soto in his first year with the Mets in a bad year has 29 homers already.
But that's power. And by the way, what did Beltran do the year before?
It's just power. It's also
But Beltran, Soto was stealing bases this year. Beltran was an elite center fielder, a switch hitter, stole bases, and did not hit 240.
Soto's got 18 steals this year. Like, you more than, I don't care. I wouldn't give one, what,
about
if Juan Soto stole a single base this year. But you did. You talk about, base pass. He's got 18 steals.
Well, that's why I'm quick to point out that he's running a lot this year. I'm giving him credit.
To go along with those 29 homers.
I understand.
I don't understand. And
it's 250.
All right, but that's what the way the sport is.
But it's not all right. You didn't think he was going to hit 250 coming in. He's hit 251. 251.
In a
Juan Soto.
In a bad year.
251.
In a bad year. He's a career 281 hitter. He's a career he's not the biggest culprit. Look at Lindor. We can talk about Alonso's average.
No, but those are different conversations. We agree on most of those things for sure. He's hitting Sal.
Yeah.
Has he had a great first year with the Mets? Please answer me honestly. Please.
Dude, I just said 15 times. Are you listening?
He's had a bad year. That part. I need to hear it again.
I said he's had a bad year. In his bad year.
Yep.
Good God.
I'm listening.
Let's murder Juan Soto for his awful year
Crucify
in New York,
him.
where he's hit 29 homers and is hitting 251.
And he's hitting 170 with runners in scoring position, by the way. He's amongst the worst in baseball.
Understood, but I'm not arguing that.
But listen, here's the thing, Sal.
Things.
I'm hearing you. I think, though, the biggest difference for me is that this year, batting average, some other areas, it's not an anomaly for Juan Soto. Again, the great years that he had, those are a couple of years ago, dude.
Right.
Like, when you hit, and I'll give you the 246 aberration, traded, new. I get that.
He's a career 281 hitter.
But he's also
Aaron Judge.
But it's also very top heavy. He's too big.
BT, it's the average.
When was the last time he hit 300?
He's a career 281
When was the last time he hit 300?
Don't care.
I'll tell you.
Okay,
2021.
Okay, Aaron Judge is a career 292 hitter.
I'm not. And who's better?
Yeah.
In every statistical measurable.
You reference what stat do you want to use? You're referencing batting average. I'm just telling you. You're picking apart Soto based on his low.
I still value batting average.
Okay.
Not like I did growing up.
His career average, I'll say it again. His career average is 281. Judge, the big bad greatest player to ever walk the face of the earth,
You're a
is
lunatic.
292.
You're crazy.
But tell me the difference.
Well, the difference
if you value
is
batting average and Aaron Judge, who I said first is the best baseball player I've ever seen in my life, more so than Bonds, more so than Griffey.
Yes.
His career average is 292. Juan Soto is 281. That's not a big difference.
I'm gonna do a little mic drop here for you because I think that this could settle this. I think that part of the conversation. I'm not gonna drop until it resonates. If it does, yeah, you're right. Similar batting average's career. The difference is that Aaron Judge had some low numbers early and has become an all-time 320, 330, 340 hitter. Juan Soto started the way Judge is now, and he's going the wrong direction batting average-wise.
I don't know. He could say wrong direction. He's having a down year.
250.
This year.
And he hit 280 something last year.
What did Judge do at 25?
I think he's 26. Well, that was his second year because he came up late.
Okay, so what was his batting average at age 25?
I don't have it in front. I just got Soto stuff.
284.
All right.
284. 270.
That's better than 251 this year.
272 the year after that.
I understand that.
257
But now let's start talking turkey when he went to school and became a more refined hitter.
Okay, so, I mean...
Is Soto becoming more refined or is he worse?
I think he's the same
No,
player.
he's not. The numbers are not the same. He hit 350 and 313 back in the day. He ain't doing that anymore.
He's 25. He's
26.
He's having a down year. 26. He's having a down year.
Are we sure he's 26, by the way?
Whatever.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, we'll pretend that he is.
Yeah.
Dude, the guy's a stud. All I'm saying is to me...
I mean, geez.
No.
We've had the same conversation. Here's what I don't understand. Because you could pick apart any numbers on any single player.
I agree with that.
Even the great Aaron Judge.
True.
Because if you really want to dive
strikes out a lot.
into it,
No, I agree.
If you really want to dive into it,
October. No, I that's always in your back pocket. Mic drop.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
He's dropping phones, this guy.
I don't care if the thing breaks right now. What's Soto's numbers in October compared to Judge?
I don't have it in front of me. It's
we
not
don't
even
need
close.
to go over
it's not even close.
because it's not close.
I agree.
I won't mention the fact that Soto has a ring and Judge doesn't because that's irrelevant to the conversation. I don't understand why callers or you would try to minimize what Juan Soto is. I acknowledge he's having an awful year, but why can't we just acknowledge
wrong
the
word
greatness of
choice?
Soto?
You see, I would not use minimize. I would use contextualize. I told you at the start of this, whatever this is. I told you we could get back into this. I told you, whatever this is, and this is never going away until he retires, as long as we're here. So I just take almost insane, scary, stupid pride in being very literal with baseball statistics. And when somebody tells me something, whether it's you or a caller or my dad, something is that it's not, I can't accept it.
But what am I saying that's not?
You're basically ignoring the decrease in batting average and some of the other statistical issues with Juan Soto. Now, because at least I'm saying, hey, I know what he's great at. You're not even saying what he's not good at. You don't even meet me halfway with that, dude.
Well, but I don't understand what you want me to say. He's not a great fielder.
I'm not even talking about defense. I'm talking about batting average. I'm talking about hits. I'm talking about runs scored. Like, dude, there is a stratosphere, especially in baseball, more than any other sport when it's defined by numbers, that is impossible not to delineate, like, what's what. And Soto is amazing at certain things, and certain things, you could keep him.
BT and Sal on the Fan. 888-808-1019 is the number to call. Guys, by now, you should know that Juan Soto is a superstar. You should also know that you've heard me talk about Collars & Co., makers of the dress collar polo. They've already sold over 1 million of these amazing shirts. Well, Collars & Co. just came out with the new Maverick Performance Blazer. This blazer is sharp and wrinkle-resistant, so you can travel anywhere with it. Just throw it in your bag, and it will remain wrinkle-free. It even comes with security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So visit collarsandco.com and check them out today.
New York sports is more than a game. It's a lifestyle. WFAN is the only place where Yankees, Mets, Giants, and Jets fans come together and sound off.
I like Soto. I mean, I like his attitude.
The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
This is the Duke's country song. It's a song about the best mayo. It has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Connecticut's best values at Town Fair Tire. They honor all manufacturer and valid competitor rebates, offer the most free services for life, plus give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Hey, healthcare workers of New York, are you looking to make a difference? Saints Jotham and Ann Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is actively hiring nurses and CNAs. Call 718-714-4800. That's 718-714-4800.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
The biggest football contest in Vegas, Circa Million and Circa Survivor, are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million. You pick 5 games against the spread each week. 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor. 1 pick a week, no point spread. Last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
When it comes to getting the guaranteed lowest price on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. And when it comes to getting more free services for life than anywhere else on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. So when you're in the market for the best deal on Falcon tires, get to Town Fair, because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. And I mean absolutely nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday this season, all the way through the AFC Championship game. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
Have something to say? Dial us 888-808-1019. Powered by Paramount Plus. Count on Sundays all season long with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. BT and Sal back on the fan. Yep, crank that up there. Come on now.
This is one of my favorites.
Let's go. Crank this up.
Now, this does remind me of 8 Mile, the movie.
A little bit.
Eminem ripped off that freestyle beat.
A little bit. Raekwon and Mobb Deep giveaway. Who wants to go check him out? Call the number 10 exclusively on the BT and Sal show on the fan. 866-540-WFAN. That's 866-540-9326. That's your chance to win a pair of tickets to go check him out. That's going to be wild. Raekwon and Mobb Deep as they celebrate 30 years of hip-hop classics, over in Brooklyn at the Paramount December 7th. So a good thing right before the holidays. All from our friends at Live Nation. Tickets going on sale this Friday, and they're going to go fast. Trust me, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
You know what I think? I think this would be my walk-up song.
Would this be it?
Shook Ones, yeah. Yeah, that's intimidating, man.
It is.
No, batting. And then all of a sudden you
Maybe
hear
Juan
this.
Soto should start using it.
Oh, yeah, well, whatever. Yeah, get that pitcher shook. Get that pitcher shook.
Would this be your walk-up? What would you walk up to?
I've never really thought about that before. I know we've had this conversation.
I know.
Somebody else was having the conversation the other day. I was like, maybe I heard it in the SOY newsroom. I was like, I haven't really thought about it in depth.
Hop, you got a little something while Sal's contemplating
I mean,
here?
I have my song, but nobody knows what it is. It's
what is it?
It's a Deftones song.
Yeah, the Mighty Boss Tones again.
Stop with the nonsense, please. I can't stand when you don't understand music. Both of you guys.
What do you mean don't understand music?
It's not
You're
even
talking about
close.
the Boss Tones.
It's not the Boss Tones. It's the Deftones.
Oh.
2 different styles. You're talking ska versus nu metal, bro.
I thought it was Def Leppard. I'm sorry.
The drummer has one arm.
That's Def Leppard.
Yeah.
Unless no slander allowed with Def Leppard. I love Def Leppard.
Wait, so there's Def Leppard and Deftones?
Come on, dude. There's no way you don't know Def Leppard. You're not 20 years old. Stop.
What do you mean about the one arm? What are you talking
Pyromania.
The drummer's got one arm.
Got an accident.
For the Deftones?
No, for
Def
this
Leppard.
guy.
Oh, okay. So I don't.
And he was still amazing with one arm, no doubt. Like he was all-timer. He drummed with one hand.
He went to the Hall of Fame.
You think it's more difficult than Jim Abbott being a pitcher with one arm? Like being a drummer with one arm is like, how the hell
It's a really good question.
I would think that if if God forbid you lost an arm or whatever it may be, like, I think one thing that would probably be off the table right out of the gate would be being a drummer. I would think.
Yes.
No, because you got feet. You got feet that can go to pedals.
Hit the cymbals
No, I know, but you have to
all that
hit,
stuff.
Yeah, the feet, yes, but that does the bottom stuff.
Yeah,
but you could trigger certain things. There's pedals that could do multiple things. If you've ever known the innards of a drum set, you could do a lot of different things with one hand.
Gather round, rock this place to the ground.
I don't know. That would be your walk-up song?
No, that's Def Leppard. Rascone, you got one or what?
I think I would pick right now Van Halen. I think.
Which one?
In the beginning with the piano, all that in the beginning.
Okay,
I
Van
like
Halen,
that.
look at you.
I think so.
That was from the commercial for soda. Which one was it?
I think it was Coca-Cola.
There you go.
Yeah.
By the way, did you see David Lee Roth recently on stage?
Yeah.
He looks like Frankie Valli.
Does he?
Oh, it's bad.
But Frankie Valli's 92 years old.
Hey, show some respect to a great radio man in David Roth. He was a
3-month hit.
Was it 3 months?
I think maybe 4.
David Lee Roth.
It was. I don't want to get graphic here, but dude, wear some underwear. I mean, what are you doing? It's just ridiculous what's going on down there.
Junk?
If you had a magnifying glass, maybe.
I don't want to see that. But the other thing that would probably be off the table, I would think, if you only had one arm, being a baseball player.
100%.
Dude, Jim Abbott, man.
Yeah, that was
I didn't watch
Jim
that special.
Abbott.
Have you seen the special yet?
Parts of it.
I got to watch that. Maybe over the course of the weekend, I'll try to check that out.
Yep.
It's on ESPN Plus, I think it is.
I recorded it somewhere. I do think, the way he also hit. I remember reading that he hit a triple, like off the wall at Michigan with one hand.
Did he have?
No prosthetic. Just kind of, I don't know how, if he took his lack of hand.
I remember one time watching him warm up, like he was going to hit. Yeah. I don't remember why I saw him. It was a preseason game or something like that.
Exhibition baseball, preseason
something like that. But whatever. He definitely had like a bat in hand.
He had a routine.
And one hand, and that was it.
God bless him, man. But the fact that he used to throw the pitch and then quickly learn how to
That was the best part. So fast.
Oh, my God. And then catch the ball and then flip it back.
I know. Dude, that no-hitter when he was, I remember like it was yesterday. I think it was Dwayne Statz on the call on MSG, and I know it was a ground ball to Velarde at shortstop over to Donnie. What a moment.
That was against Cleveland? Was that Labor Day against Cleveland?
That was against Baerga.
Yeah,
Baerga was the last out. Yeah.
Right, I remember that one. So that was the early 90s against, was it 1990? Whatever it was. Yeah, I got to watch that special. Anyway, I'm not sure how we got on that topic, but we'll get back to the calls here. 888-808-1019, the number to call. We got to power up a little bit later.
You said Shook Ones would have been your walk-up song.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, thank you, Scones, for bringing us back on track.
You didn't ask me for mine.
What is yours?
I don't know.
Well, I did ask you before, and you said not the Def Leppard one. There's so many to choose from, but that one, Shook Ones, to me.
All right, so I'm going to assume I'm playing.
Mobb Deep,
Shook
go ahead,
Ones.
No.
My son had his All-Star game, and he had to pick up a walk-up song, and he picked out "Jump Around," and it got rave reviews.
House of Pain.
Yeah, it got rave reviews. All the parents were into it. Yeah.
All right.
Some good style. I'm assuming I'm playing for the Yankees, like in this mythical, fictitious walk-up.
Yeah.
I probably got to go No Sleep Till Brooklyn. I have to.
I think we've had this before.
Yeah, and I always say that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. So at least you have your
From Here.
I can't pick one, but Shook Ones, that would definitely be in the conversation, and I think Strike Fear in the opposition. If I couldn't do it in the batter's box, at least the Shook Ones song would do that. Hector is in Washington Heights. Hector.
Sorry to interrupt the rock and roll conversation and welcome song, guys. I apologize. Or should I call you guys the troublemakers? Yesterday, Sterling and Steiner. Today, Daryl and P. What's tomorrow?
Yeah.
What's the next?
Depends how bad the Mets are tonight.
Wait, I didn't write anything on a ball. Pete did.
Daryl's like, nah, no big deal. You guys are still trying to push. You know what I got from Daryl? Daryl's just like us right now. Daryl's just like me right now. He is sick of watching this 2025 New York Mets team. He is sick of the buddy nonsense. He is sick of the play on the field. And I really wanted to call because, Sal, you're driving me crazy. Even with this Soto Beltran conversation, you know I love you, buddy. Stop ignoring what your eyes are seeing. Even right now, I believe. What the heck do you believe in? I have hope. I think this team is better, but I have no belief. And then last thing before you cut me off, I would love the back and forth, but you guys like to cut me off. The 7 pitches, Sal. You can't tell me, Stearns did his job because he definitely had 7 pitches. There's a question mark on every single one of those 7 pitches. Sean Manaea, can you duplicate what you did? Did you really find yourself? There were even questions last year, would he get hurt with the change of the arm angle? Kodai Senga, who the heck are you? When you pitch, you're dynamite, but you never pitch. You're mercurial.
He didn't sign him, though.
A little bit.
Heck, he didn't sign Senga. Stearns.
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm talking about the whole staff.
I got you.
There was question marks. Who's Tyler McGill? Okay, David Peterson. We fixed your hip. Can you progress?
Right. But Hector, there were question marks. There were question marks last year, and they did very well.
Yes.
So, matter of fact, I was over here ripping them to shreds, saying this rotation's not any good. I know rotation when I see one, and they were good. I had to give them the benefit of the doubt. And then, by the way, the first half of the year, it was good.
Yeah, and that's why we
Not
had a little
good, by the way.
And we gave him the benefit of the doubt. Even Kenny, who we didn't watch much, he's in the West Coast. Yeah, exactly. He was phenomenal, and that's probably the one that's the worst thing because he was just hurt, a freak injury. There's nothing you can predict about that, right? He was panning out. He was making the pitching lab look great, but everybody else was. Paul Blackburn? Are you kidding me? Like, do we need to keep going? Every single one.
Cut to the chase. Heck, hold on a second. But heck, hold on.
One short thing.
Heck, hold on. You guys making the playoffs? Yes or no?
I wish I could tell you for sure that we are, BT. I want to, like I said, I want to believe it. I think these guys individually are all better, but as a team, they haven't proved that so far this year.
Here's the thing, Hector. What'd you think of the rotation that the Dodgers built coming into the year?
I don't give a damn about the Dodgers.
What do you think? I'm asking you a question.
I'm worried about the Mets.
Whoa, you're worried about the Mets, but you're certainly worried about the Dodgers. What'd you think about the rotation the Dodgers built coming in? If you're not going to ask, and thank you for the call, you're not going to answer the question, what's the BT? You could give the consensus answer.
Go ahead.
About the Dodgers. What'd you think of their rotation?
The Dodgers aren't looking very good at all.
Well, my point is that the Dodgers built the rotation.
They built it with a bunch of names, bunch of injuries, and they're nowhere near.
Absolutely loaded rotation.
Yep.
Lowest innings from starting pitchers since June 13th. The Mets have the fewest with 227.
Yanks got to be in the top 5 or so.
The White Sox are right there with 235.
Yeah.
The Dodgers with 238. The Yankees are not in the top 5.
Top 3. Okay, they're top 5. Okay.
The difference is that the Dodgers are 27 and 25 over that stretch. The Mets are 19 and 32.
Yeah.
Tigers are in there as well, but that's just the point. I saw this on SNY Mets posted it on social media. Point is that even going into the season, we had question marks. I talked about it. Go back and check the tapes. I said, I don't like this rotation. I'm going into the year. But We had no choice. We didn't like it last year, and it did well. And then even with not liking the rotation, it was the best rotation in Major League Baseball for 2.5 months. It has come crumbling down, crashing down, and it hurts inside. They need to fix it. Comes crashing down, hurts inside.
I'm hearing song lyrics. How the hell are they going to fix it? The trade deadline's over, dude.
You know where that comes from. Comes crashing down and it hurts inside.
Oh, of course. Comes crashing down and it hurts inside. Bam, 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 bam,
I figured you'd get that. The
Got him. I had just 10 seconds of cordiness.
Yeah.
I shouldn't admit this. I have listened to that song multiple times in my car every single day since Hulk died.
It's been like 3 weeks, man.
I know. I love the song.
Yeah.
I always did.
I know, it is an uplifting song.
Oh, man.
Plus, you could see Hogan celebrating.
For sure. And the way it starts out really slow, and then you bam, 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 bam.
It's a great, uplifting American song.
Play for the Mets tonight. Maybe you guys will get going.
Some guys have used that as their walk-up. Craig is in Aberdeen. Craig?
Yeah, hi. How are you guys?
Good.
Hey,
What's up, Craig?
I'm
Hi,
a
Craig.
drummer. I'm a drummer. So for a drummer to play with one hand, it's like next to impossible, man. I don't know how the guy from Def Leppard does it. God bless him. But if you're a righty, your left hand has to coincide with your left foot. So you're going to have to play a double bass. Not only that, I don't know how you can do drum fills because your left foot would have to be a speedster. I mean, it's nearly impossible.
Yeah.
You know, I'm playing tomorrow night, and I'm thinking about, could you imagine just one hand? I wouldn't be able to do it.
You should try it, though. If I were you, Craig, you should tie, and thank you for the call, maybe tie one hand or one arm behind your back. And then if you can succeed, then you get people to come watch and be like, dude.
Yeah, it's the one-arm drummer.
Look at this guy.
They got another one.
He's so good. He could drum with one arm behind, one arm tied behind his back.
Career take right off.
I'm not have you ever played the drums before?
Just my buddy, but the short answer is no.
Yeah.
Like, I could do no. The answer is no. I mean, we're wasting everybody's time. No.
Okay, but so I remember maybe as a kid, I was going to go to lessons that I just didn't do it, whatever maybe, but like a kid said. But I would just think so I'm not a drummer. I have no idea. I would just think, common sense, be like, probably can't play the drums with one arm. But Def Leppard, you sure it's not an AI situation?
It's way before AI. Def Leppard born in the early 80s. Maybe actually late 70s, probably before they really made it big.
I'd like to actually watch something on that and see how the hell he's done this before.
You really don't know any Def Leppard songs?
I'm
really?
I'm sure that
are you just playing along like that? Or you really don't?
I couldn't
like
name
Pyromania and Love Bites and some all-timer.
I'm sure if you played it, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, I know that song.
Pour Some Sugar on Me.
That one I know.
That's Def Leppard.
I thought that was Warrant.
No. Pour some sugar.
Oh, what's Warrant? Cherry Pie?
Cherry Pie, yeah.
Same thing. Sugar, cherry
Great
pie.
Cherry Pie video's phenomenal.
That's where I got mixed up.
That video's phenomenal.
I remember that. All right, so Def Leppard
almost as good as Stacy's mom. Video.
Yeah, I remember that.
Almost.
Def Leppard is Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Yes.
Okay.
One of their many hits.
Definitely know that. But if I heard that song, I'd be like, oh yeah. I know this song.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you who sang it. I probably would have guessed Warrant. BT and Sal on the Fan, 888-808-1019, the number to call. We will power up a little bit later on. When we come back,
let's go rip them.
Do something we haven't done in months, it feels like. Rip those baseball card packs open. BT and Sal on the Fan.
It's Chris McMonagle overnights on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
The top of the order, the Fab Four, as the owner calls them. Lindor, Soto, Alonso, and Nimmo have not been good enough. And we can talk pitching till you're blue in the face. The fact of the matter is this Met offense is supposed to be what carries them, and it's carried them to 7 out of 8 losses.
Listen to CMAC on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Maggie Gray with an Odyssey Sports Minute. Shedeur Sanders has been one of the most fascinating preseason stories, showing real potential as the Browns' backup quarterback. But now an oblique strain could sideline him, putting those hopes in jeopardy. If he can't stay healthy, Sanders risks slipping back to just another 5th-round pick, losing his chance to be a starter and waiting. The backup race just got a whole lot murkier. I'm Maggie Gray.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
DQ presents
The sound of happy. Hear that? That's the DQ Chicken Strip Basket. Only $7.49 for a limited time. We're talking 4 100% white meat seasoned chicken strips served with fries, Texas toast, and DQ's signature country gravy. Yeah, you heard that right. For crunch time and no time, it can only be the DQ Chicken Strip Basket. Just $7.49 for a limited time. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy tastes good at participating locations.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound, that's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Summer is fading fast, so don't let your last family adventure of the season get away from you. Why not get up and get out there in a new 2020 Ford Explorer? Feel more confident with the available driver assist technology. Travel in comfort with the available power-fold third-row seats. Go off the beaten path with the terrain management system. Enjoy the Ford digital experience and stunning clarity with a high-resolution touchscreen. Don't go anywhere. Go everywhere in a great Ford Explorer. Check it all out at buyfordnow.com and then head to your local Ford store today.
This summer, stay cool and hydrated with the official water of Major League Baseball, Primo Brands. With Primo Brands water delivery, you get premium hydration from trusted brands like Poland Spring, Pure Life, and Saratoga, delivered right to your door. Stock up for the game or just keep everyone refreshed. Still, sparkling or flavored, there's something for everyone. And the best part, you call the shots. Whether you need a few cases or a few weeks supply, Primo's flexible delivery fits your schedule. So step up to the plate, hydrate like a pro with Primo Brands, the official water sponsor of MLB. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
America's biggest indoor water park is just minutes from Manhattan at American Dream. DreamWorks Water Park has over 40 rides and slides, including the world's largest indoor wave pool and the steepest indoor drop slide, with tickets starting at $59. Book now at AmericanDream.com.
The Fun in the Sun event is on at Nielsen Dodge. Get a great deal on the new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram you really want, with 0 down payment available, plus the credit help you need. At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat. Shop online at NielsenDodge.com. Make this the summer event.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Your friends pretend they know sports. WFAN actually does. Get smarter, louder, and way more annoying at watch parties. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps. BT and Sal's Pull Your Card World Series. Game 1.
Oh, yeah, it's been a while, BT. Matter of fact, it might have been since the World Series, which is what, in February? I mean,
we haven't done it in months.
7 months later? Well, I figured I'd give you a little time to rest up.
Recover?
All right, which pack you want? We're going to go 1988 this year just because I went back there. It was 2 fresh packs that I grabbed.
Give me the one in the left hand there. So I'll take that. Let me just sift through the nonsense, the things that we won't use, blah, blah, blah. There's the gum. Yeah, it is stuck. All right. So
40-year-old gum.
Oh, first card's amazing.
This
1,
gum's
2,
older than the
3, 4.
Record that Strawberry held.
7, 8. No league leaders. 8. Get rid of this guy. 9, 10, 11. I've got 12. Let me just double check that, though. I got a record breaker, Nolan Ryan.
I got 15 here. How about that?
I got to turn back the clock. I'm there. Ron Blumberg, first DH ever, 1973 Yankees.
All right, let's go through them here. So even out of the 15, I could hit you with the 15. See what
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go. You mean I'll answer?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Whatever. I'm good. Yeah.
Chuck Finley.
At that point, Chuck's on the Angels.
Yes, 1 for 1 right out of the gate. Dude, I'm rusty even thinking about that.
No. You got some easy cards. I saw a couple of Hall of Famers.
Oh, okay. But I'm still rusty.
As usual, you get the easy.
Yeah. Bob Rogers.
Expos.
Whoa!
Give me some.
Look at that.
Give me some.
I was going to say, do we say manager card or no?
We do the manager card.
Yeah, you didn't have to get there. Look at that. Gerald Perry.
I want to say that Gerald Perry's on the Braves at this point.
3 for 3.
Look at your boy over here, red hot at it to shoot.
Tom Bernansky.
Twinskies.
Whoa! I was gonna say wait on that one because
I know there's other teams.
The Cardinals,
the Cardinals. No, I
forget the years of the Cardinals, but yes, you got that one right.
Okay.
Tim Laudner.
Tim Laudner's on the Twins at this point.
Yes, he is. Dude, you're on a heater.
5 for 5, bro.
Gary Pettis.
Gary Pettis was a center fielder for the Angels.
There you go.
Dude, has anybody ever started 6 for 6?
I think we say this every time.
No, I don't think we say this every time. 6 for 6 is sick.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 6 for 6.
6 for 6.
Okay.
Okay.
Ron Renicky.
Okay, Ron Renicky, I believe, is on the. Wait, there were 2 Renickies.
I don't remember 2.
It's either Orioles or Phillies. There was Ron Renicky and there was Gary Renicky.
This is Ron.
I know. I think it has 2 N's as well. RONN?
No.
At
least not on this
card.
card.
Show off here like an idiot. It's either the Phillies.
What the hell? Nobody knows the difference.
The Phillies or the Orioles. I believe that this is the Orioles. Phillies.
Yeah. Damn it. Yeah, look, you want to look at it?
No.
Okay.
Damn it. All right, 6 for 7. Come on.
God, here's a name I haven't
Let's
heard
go, baby.
forever. Bo Diaz.
Bo Diaz was the Phillies. Pirates. Catcher.
Reds, yes. Reds after the Phillies.
You see, this always happens. This is me in life. Hold on a second.
You start out
I'm so streaky in everything. I guarantee when we're playing golf, I have like 2 or 3 holes in a row where you're like, wow, you're not bad. And then atrocious. I'm so streaky.
Looking through here, you get a couple of laughs, but a couple of very difficult ones.
Okay.
Manager one, Jim Leland.
Pirates.
Okay.
All right, so that's 7 for 9.
Dave, I always thought it was, is it Dave Valley? Or Vale, V-A-L-L-E.
It's 2 L's.
V-A-L-L-E.
He's a catcher. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, doesn't he? Yeah, he is a catcher.
Okay.
So we got the right player. Is it Dave Valley or Dave Vale?
Valley.
It is Valley. Okay.
I believe.
And doesn't he do stuff at Yes?
That I don't.
Okay.
Once in a while, you might be right. Yeah. All right, so I'm 7 for 9. He was definitely a catcher.
88 top.
Valley. I'm going to tell you something in a second after I get this probably wrong, and you're going to laugh. It was either I'm going to get this wrong, dude. It's going to piss me off. The Phillies, the Pirates, or I'm going to say the Cubs.
Mariners.
Okay. Now, quick aside.
Yes.
So my parents came in from Brooklyn yesterday. We went to Hibachi, right? They hadn't seen the kids in a little bit. My mom was, dealing with some stuff. Thank God she's good. So it was awesome, right? Long story short, Colt wound up getting his baseball cards, playing with Pa, Pa. We started ripping a few packs. I got that name, and I got it wrong yesterday.
Wow.
And he told me, and I got it wrong today.
Look at this. You were practicing yesterday.
I didn't know that, unbeknownst to me.
A couple of practice rounds.
Well, but I didn't tell Colt to get the packs, and I didn't tell you to rip a pack.
What year?
92.
Okay, all right.
In the neighbor, 7 for 10.
Hey, this is just total random. I'm like, we haven't done it in a while. Why not today? All right, Steve Balboni.
What year?
88 tops.
Royals.
Yes, okay. I was hoping to get you tricked
Thank
right
you
there.
for that.
Mike Heath.
I see him as an A.
He was a long-time A.
Yeah.
From 79
Tigers?
to 85. Tigers, yes.
Do you give me that? Nah, you can't give me that. I didn't get it right.
It was close enough, but yes. That's why sometimes you got to think these things out.
Dude, I don't like time. Thinking's overrated. 8 for 12.
Thad Bosley?
Thad Bosley
Yeah.
was a left-handed hitting outfielder.
Yes.
Yeah. I see him as a Philly, but I think that I'm wrong. African-American player, if I'm not mistaken. I could see him playing. I'm going to say Phillies.
Royals. But you get the right player.
Yeah.
Rick Manning.
Now, he was with the Indians for a while,
Yes.
and I believe at this point he was, I'm going to say the Indians.
Brewers. He was with the Indians through 82 or 83.
All right. Tail it off here, buddy. Just like everything else, the golf course, yeah.
Brad Havens.
Catcher.
Pitcher.
He might have been a Yankee. That's not my final answer.
Okay.
I'm seeing Seattle.
Dodgers.
Nah, didn't have that.
1, 2, 3,
I'm going to say 8 for
4,
15.
5, 6,
Man,
7.
I fell
Yeah, that's
apart,
actually
dude.
not bad, though.
The way I
15's
started,
a
that's
lot.
unacceptable.
8 for 15.
Ugh,
All right,
gross.
we got to take a break. Should we come back and do the other pack or just retire me for today? What do you think here, Hop?
No, we can do it quick.
We'll do,
you have fewer
right
cards.
now?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Mario Soto.
Reds.
Boom. Bobby Bonilla.
Pirates.
Boom. 2 for 2. Tom Niedenfuer. Daryl beat the crap out of him when he was with the Dodgers. We had Daryl on today.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to guess Dodgers.
Well, maybe I gave it away. But
Yeah, I mean.
well, maybe I didn't, though. Maybe I didn't.
Yeah, Dodgers is my guess.
Nope, Orioles.
Okay, yeah,
I drank you a little bit there.
No, Dodgers was my guess. Anyway.
I got you. Let me see.
What year did he play with the Dodgers?
He was with the. Well, I know that the fight was 88. Yeah. I can barely see this writing. I don't know. Just trying to move through this here. 2 for 3. Lloyd McClendon. Remember the old Pirates manager?
Yeah, I'm guessing Pirates.
Reds.
Okay. Good.
That's a tough call. I don't think I would.
I remember him. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Todd
He played
Worrell.
with the Pirates too.
He
so
did. He definitely did. Todd Worrell.
Cardinals.
Good call. 2 for 5 for Sally. How about Fred Manrique?
Orioles.
No.
Where?
2 for. Pardon me. White Sox.
Ow.
That's a tough one,
Yeah,
dude.
no, I
2
knew
for
that
6.
one, though.
You'll know this. Bob Forsch. Although there were 2 Forsches.
Cardinals.
Yes, good call. That a boy. 3 for 7. Cecilio Guante. I will say this has come up in the past, and you have never gotten it right, and you always get mad.
Dodgers.
Yankees.
Dude, I probably do the same thing every time.
Your hand hits the table immediately.
But I'm saying
dude.
it probably gets the Dodgers every single time.
By the way, we got Gordo and Stuart. You know a lot of these. You're the similar age. These are hitting for you, right? All right. Gary Lucas.
Gary Lucas.
3 for 8 so far for Sal.
Mariners.
Angels.
Okay.
Close on the West Coast. 3 for 9. Chris James.
Phillies.
Whoa. I wouldn't have got that. That's a good call. 4 for 10. Joel,
I thought you were saying I got it wrong there.
No, you got it right.
Okay,
Good job, man. Joel McKeon.
Joel McKeon?
Yeah.
Good God. Never heard of him. Gordon, you ever
Is
heard
that the guy that hosted Talk Soup? I think.
Yeah, Joel,
McKeon.
the other guy.
Mikhail.
There you go.
Padres.
White Sox,
Okay.
4 for 11. The last one is the hit king no longer with us, the great Pete Rose.
88. Yeah, it has to be Reds.
There you go. Good job. All right,
Yeah,
so
that was a
5
crappy
for
pack.
12.
All right. Either way, all right.
All right,
Wanted to
so, didn't
rehash the
count,
names
but
a
let
little
the
bit.
record state who won.
BT and Sal on the Fed. We'll get back to your calls on the other side. 888-808-1019. Right now, let's get you updated. Here's Gordon Damer.
Wake up with Boomer and Geo. Mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
101, I'm Gordon Damer. This Sports Flash is sponsored by Primo Brands, the official water sponsor of MLB. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission, and also sponsored by Ray Cattina Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Last 3 games, Mets have blown leads of 4 runs or more. First time in franchise history they've done that. Mets and Braves wrap up their series tonight at Citi Field. Mets lead over the Reds
For the final wild card, down to 1 game in the standings, but 2 in the loss column. Kodai Senga and Bryce Elder on the mound tonight. First pitch on Odyssey Mets Radio at 7:10. Yankees are off today. They'll open a series against the Cardinals tomorrow. Paul Goldschmidt, though, set to be evaluated for that knee injury. Aaron Boone has not ruled out a stint on the injured list for him. Rashee Rice, meanwhile, involved in that multi-car accident in Dallas last March. He's finally set for a disciplinary hearing with the league. That will be on September 30th. That means he will be eligible to play the first 4 games of the season. Fan weather sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety. It's 84 with rain in Central Park, and that's what's happening. I'm Gordon Damon.
This is Sal Licata. If you live in New Jersey, your electricity rates are going up again. If your current cooling system is over 15 years old, get ahead of that rate increase now with a new high-efficiency Carrier AC system. There's only one company to call. It's my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's air conditioning experts for decades. Take it from me. You'll save money and stay cooler. These guys are experts. Contact my friends now at EdisonHVAC.com. That's EdisonHVAC.com.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X-Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
Hey Yankees fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Friday, September 5th, when the Yankees host the Toronto Blue Jays, and be ready to receive the Yankees promotional giveaway. It's Austin Wells football jersey night. The first 18,000 guests will receive an Austin Wells football jersey, presented by Bank of America. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com/tickets. Again, don't miss the Yankees and Blue Jays for Austin Wells football jersey night on Friday, September 5th. Visit Yankees.com/tickets today.
Hi, we're Wren Kitchens. In our 50-year history, we've made and installed millions of quality kitchens, and now you can find us at the Home Depot across the tri-state area. With thousands of styles and colors to choose from, we offer a free home measurement service and expert design consultation. All of our kitchens are made in the U.S. and delivered directly to you and installed by our specialist fitters. We cut out the middleman to save you money. And with our flexible financing, you can spread the cost over 7 years. Come down to Wren Kitchens at the Home Depot now. Finance subject to credit approval. Offers may change. See website for more details.
On Tuesday, August 26th, it's FanDuel Futures Day, a new holiday for football fans. It's 24 hours of deals on all your football season predictions. So take a flyer on the MVP race. Can Jaden Daniels take the next step and win the award in just his second season? Can C.J. Stroud bounce back after a sophomore slump? Maybe a healthy Dak Prescott can win his first. Crown your champion in August. Will the Bills finally do it? Can the Eagles go back-to-back? Or maybe a long shot like the Bengals or Packers will win it all? Or parlay your division winner dark horses? Mark your calendars. This is your day for your hunches, your hot takes, your calls, and your odds. Visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your futures bet now, because Futures Day is one day and one day only. We love the app around here. It's safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel, play your game. FanDuel Sportsbook, the official partner of WFAN. 21 and over, physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more, or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Make every mile unforgettable in a Mercedes-Benz from Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Their expert team will help you find the perfect fit with flexible lease and finance options that make driving luxury easier than ever. Mercedes-Benz of Edison, your destination for luxury driving.
I'm Colonel Callahan of the New Jersey State Police. If you're caught driving impaired, you'll face hefty fines, a suspended license, and maybe even jail time. Worse yet, you might cause a crash that could devastate someone's life. Be responsible. Don't drive impaired. We are all counting on you.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
BT and Sal back on The Fan. The BT and Sal Show on The Fan is presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Mets. BT, we haven't talked any football. We got to get to the Yankees before we say goodbye, even just about the stud pitcher last night that they faced and Joe Ryan with the Twins. We haven't really done much on the Yanks. Obviously, we'll get back to the Mets stuff, Alonso and their brutal loss last night, whatever you want to discuss, 888-808-1019. But we haven't really talked a lot of football. One thing that I saw from, I guess it was last week, I don't know if you saw this. Did you see Pete Carroll sticking up for Geno Smith?
I did.
Okay, so Geno Smith, there was a sign when the Raiders went into Seattle for the preseason game 1 last week. There was a sign that said, bigger bust, Geno or Jamarcus Russell, and Geno Smith flipped the guy off, and then Pete Carroll stuck up for him. I love that from Pete Carroll, and I'm good for Geno. That's a different. Was Geno, it'd be one thing if the Jets fans did it. Seattle, Geno was actually good in Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, listen, some of these fans think they have a license to do or say or whatever they want, and, you wouldn't do or say or tweet or whatever probably 90+% of the vile vitriol that's on social media if you were standing in front of those people, because you just don't have the stones to do it. So, I like what he did. Like, you talk about Aaron Glenn and how he's trying to get his culture going and hitting early in camp. That is that coach's way, Pete Carroll's way of getting his own culture. The Raiders have been so bad for so long. Everybody goes about it differently. You stand up for each other. You have each other's back. So I love what he did.
Yeah, and I think the real difference is not to say that Glenn is exactly like Pete Carroll, but both teams changing the culture in their own ways. I wanted Pete Carroll with the Jets. You that.
Did.
I think he's going to be great out there with the Raiders. Now, I don't think the team's going to be great necessarily, but he's going to build that thing up over the course of the next 2-3 years to the right way because Pete Carroll has done that before. But I just thought it was interesting from a Seahawks fan base perspective why one person even so would write that sign and call Geno a bigger bust when he had his best years with Seattle and wasn't bad. And I think the true answer, ironically enough, to that question, if I were Geno, instead of flipping him the double bird, the true answer to who's a bigger bust, Geno Smith or Jamarcus Russell, my answer would be Sam Darnold, who's your current quarterback out there in Seattle.
Yeah.
Think about it. Darnold's a bigger bust, maybe not as Jamarcus Russell, but certainly more so than Geno Smith.
Yes.
Sam Darnold with the Jets, and Sam Darnold was an absolute bust.
Yes.
And even though he had some success last year, do you really believe? Now, you were higher on Darnold than I was. Mm-hmm. He fell apart in the postseason. I don't think he's going to be great with Seattle.
I don't think he's going to be great either. I mean, listen, he's good. He's solid. He's obviously stabilized his career. Geno sat and watched for a bunch of years. Now, Darnold, I do think that his first couple of years with the Jets. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, the organization just sabotaged his entire existence because they were completely incompetent there. But I think that when and I thought this in real time, too, there was evidence to me, and statistically, if you guys want to check it out, that Sam Darnold wasn't nearly as bad as some people remember him being with the Jets. Like, he wasn't Zach Wilson. He wasn't even really Geno. Like, he just wasn't the third overall pick in the draft, and then he was gone, and he had mono, and just things came off the rails. But if you look at some of his years, and I remember I guess it was his rookie year, they played up in Buffalo, meaningless game, and he played great. And there's this one play, and it must have gone on for like 20 seconds, no exaggeration, where he went to the sideline, to the flats, came back, ran around like a lunatic, and threw, I think, to Curly, maybe not Curly, but threw a touchdown pass. Like, I thought there was evidence that Darnold was going to be good. I hope that there was evidence with Zach. Unfortunately, I didn't really see it, but I saw some flickers with Sam. I was like, he could be the guy.
NFL Talk on the Fan is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday on CBS and Paramount Plus all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. And a huge game, obviously, coming up Saturday. Now, huge relative to the preseason.
No, but we're pumped for it.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Come on, dude. Jets, Giants, I'm looking forward to it.
So am I. You're going to get a lot of run. You would I don't know about Sauce. I don't know about Malik. I doubt Neighbors is playing, not even practicing. Hopefully Sauce is out there. We'll see. But by the way, just to pay that off, I looked it up for everybody. His second season with the Jets, he was 62% completion. Darnold, 3,000-plus yards, 19 touchdowns, 13 picks.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying he's all world.
So was that the season he saw a ghost, or no? Or was that?
No, I think that was the next year. That was, I think that was 2020. And even his first year, 17 touchdowns, 15 picks.
They set him up to
Either
fail.
way, that's the point.
We get
that's
that
the whole
100%, but he was a bust.
Even third overall pick.
Trade up to get him, like, can't miss. That was the guy that they wanted. Sucked for Sam the whole year.
Yeah, there's no question. But there's, like, to me, I mean, there's Jamarcus Russell bust. There's just guys who get out there like, good God, this guy's horrendous. Like
Vernon Golston.
I'm
not just
never
talking about
got a
quarterback.
sack.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
Zero.
a guy like that to be picked where he would, D. Milner. I mean, those are just some that come to mind.
Even Neal from the Giants so far.
Yeah, I know. He's been
D. Milner.
Right, so
Milner.
At least Darnold, like you could say Baker Mayfield has been a bust relative to the expectations as well, but he's had
we're on the same page. He's been a competent player the last couple of years.
Yeah, I just thought that was unfair to Geno myself. Which
I do too. Geno always had talent. Like, he's getting a little bit older, but Geno could still move. He's got a good arm.
Yeah, I don't love him
Geno
as a
was
quarterback.
talented.
Yeah, I don't love him as a quarterback. He did a good job with Seattle.
I think he did a very good job with Seattle.
And by the way, a big part of Darnold's success last year was a lot of people think because of Kevin O'Connell. So we're going to see how he does now without Kevin O'Connell.
Mm-hmm.
Geno didn't have Kevin O'Connell.
No,
when
he
was
didn't.
In Seattle. BT and Sal on the Fan. 888-808-1019 is the number to call. Back to the phones. Tom is calling from Merrick. What's up, Tom?
How you doing, BT?
And Sal, what's going on, Tommy?
Hey, how are you? I was just calling up. I'm a Mets season ticket holder. Went to the game on Tuesday night. One of the better Mets games I've ever went to. Woke up Wednesday morning. You got the lapdog there, the San Francisco fan. He's telling me how I'm supposed to feel as a Mets fan. And I got to admit, I was pretty angry. So I was going to the game last night really excited to shove it down Russo's face that the Mets are going to go on a nice little streak here. First two innings, they couldn't have possibly looked better. And then we come into the fourth inning, and it's just you really have to start thinking the Mets season is probably over.
Whoa,
I mean, it's
Tommy,
ridiculous. Tom, it's ridiculous. First of all, why do you care what Dog says?
I grew up on Mike and the Mad Dog, man.
Me too.
We all did.
Me too, but why do you care what he says? He's over. That was over the top negativity for no reason with the Mets. So why would you let that bother you? Well, I love Dog. He's my idol. He was out of line there, and to me, now it gets a lot of play, and that's what he's supposed to do. It was highly entertaining. That's what Dog is. But
it was no doubt for clicks. Nobody doubts that. But I don't want to be told, Tierney, you did it a little bit yesterday too. I don't want to be told how to feel as a Met fan. Okay. I'm a Met season ticket holder. I'm an Islanders season ticket holder. I haven't had much success in life, so seeing Pete do that was pretty awesome.
I don't think that I said that it wasn't.
You should enjoy it, regardless of what anyone said.
What did I say?
We're all downplaying the number that it's only 253.
Everybody's 253.
Saying the fans overhyped it in the middle of this disaster of a stretch the Mets are on. It's like the only good thing we've had in a month.
The way I would say it, Tom, and thank you for the call, and I thought that you were fair on it. Like,
I tried to be. I mean, it's 250-something, but I said, hey, great moment. I'm happy it was at home.
Okay.
What do you want me to say?
Here's the best way that I could say this. We're authentic. We're real every single day. I grew up a Met fan. The day before he broke the record, we came on the air and I was like, I don't even really care about it.
Yeah.
Truth be told, I don't care about the record. However, watching it that night in real time, I started to get into it a little bit and think about it a little bit deeper. To Strawberry's point, we had him on, in case you missed it, check it out on the free Odyssey app. He said no, he didn't even know who we beat. Like, that's how little of a deal it was in 1988 when he passed Dave Kingman to take the all-time Mets franchise lead. He didn't even know who he beat. That's how little of a deal. Now, that record was held for 37 years. I knew nothing else other than Daryl Strawberry, the all-time home run leader. I don't even care about that type of record. I care about team wins. But in the moment, I thought it was cool and I thought it was fun. And it is special, whatever franchise it may be, whatever the total may be, when you have somebody break a record that stood for 37 years, and it's important to the franchise. So you as a fan, regardless of what BT or me or Russo or anybody else says, you can enjoy it, but we're allowed to have our own opinions on it. And mine went from not really caring to thinking, okay, that's pretty cool, back to not caring because I care primarily about what the team does as far as winning. And I think that's the root of the issue with our last caller. He's mad at everybody else because the Mets are falling apart right here.
Hey, you got to redirect that energy, buddy. It ain't my fault. You got no starting staff. What do you want me to do about it? And what does it say? Honestly, though, what does it say about Mad Dog? He has not been on the station in how many? When was his last year?
Yeah.
When was his last year? When did he leave again?
2007-ish. Ish. No. Wait, maybe it was I think it was 2007.
He's not been on the station in almost 20 years, and you got a guy calling saying he's pissed off at Mad Dog's take. I mean, that just tells you how good Chris is.
Yeah, but that's what Dog does. He's going to rain on every parade possible.
Yeah.
And over the top, like he was destroying.
It was ridiculous. Gary Cohen.
Destroying Gary Cohen
Yeah.
and destroying the Mets. Like, come on, dude, that's ridiculous. But Met fan, it's you either listen to it and you laugh it off or you take it seriously. And I don't know why you would take it seriously. And I love, like I said, I love Dog. So I'm not going to knock him. One of my idols. Love
I love
Dog.
him on the radio. I don't listen to him anymore, but I mean, he was the man. He was great. He was great.
But I do think, me personally, like that's over the top, unnecessary negativity for really no reason. But
and look at the reaction. Hey, let's get this in. Guess whose birthday it is today?
Jay Horowitz.
Yeah, Jay Horowitz, 80.
Yeah,
80 years old.
Happy birthday, Jay.
He's such a good guy. He started in 1980 with the Mets, the year before the strike. I believe he was at FDU before that, and maybe NYU. And he's a big St. John's guy. I saw him a lot at St. John's games this year. He's out there following Patino's crew.
I saw him recently out at Citi Field. Still great. Still looks the same to me. Now, how'd you know? I saw it on social media before.
How do I know, Jay?
That it was his birthday.
I saw it on social as well.
Okay,
Just wanted to give him a pop.
Yeah, 80. I mean, that's a big deal. And nobody knows the Mets better than Jay. He was there.
I can promise you, though, if Jay was still running the show, the Bulls not saying down go Straw.
Got to find out what went into that one. We asked Straw about it. Now we got to find out what happened about that. Darren is calling from Manalapan. What's up, Darren?
Love your guys' work. Thank you so much. I'm going to be talking to Mile a minute here. I'm a day one guy, first time because you guys inspired me. Sal, you're actually right over BT. The mic drop is Soto 159 OPS plus for his career. Tied for 19th all time with a few dudes like Hank Greenberg and others. Third amongst actives. Judge is sixth all-time at 177, and Trout is 170. Ohtani also a 159 OPS plus. I'm a baseball nut, not really a stat guy, but OPS plus provides context. Soto, 2019. We know what he did for the Nats. You know the legendary at-bat last year against Cleveland, taking them to the World Series. He has earned the right to see how this season and the playoffs play out.
Of course he has.
You got to believe the NL East is not over.
Yeah, there we go,
Mets. Love you
Darren
guys.
Material.
That's firing me up today, BT. How about that?
I love it, Darren. Good job. You can tell he is piped in. Darren, awesome. Now, I'll ask you this. I'm not so sure if the J get a jaded answer here. I don't know. But he mentioned Trout, not me.
Yeah.
He mentioned Judge, not me.
Yeah.
He mentioned Soto. We both had the Soto discussion.
Right.
If you had your choice of prime Mike Trout, prime Aaron Judge, prime Juan Soto, I don't even want to know who you would take first. I want to know your order.
See, here's why it's
I know mine.
Yeah, here's why it's a difficult thing for me to answer. I've never been a big Trout fan. I know the numbers, I understand that, but he did it in a regular season. I value postseason. Judge, I said, is the best player I've ever seen. I think a lot of people would say that about Mike Trout, especially the younger fans. But of those three, before I give you my order, answer me who's more proven in the postseason of the three.
Oh, there's no question. It's Juan Soto.
Like, it's not even
debate. It's not even close.
It's not even close.
Well, first of all, Trout never gets there. When Judge does, he doesn't really do anything.
So that's where, and then if I'm valuing that more than the other stuff, like I acknowledge that Trout all around better player. I acknowledge Judge all around better player, bigger numbers, all that stuff. But I value postseason. So I guess the way that I would answer it is if I want one of those guys to be on my team or at the top of my order in the playoffs, it's going to be Juan Soto. He would be first.
Who would you have second?
I don't know, man. It's tough. Because if I answer Trout, then it looks like I'm crapping on Judge, which I'm not. But because he plays center field.
No,
You're saying at their peak.
It's part of that prime. It's part of the calculus position.
So that's why but again, we're just saying going into a season, which one would you take at their prime?
You can say starting it. I always like to say starting a team. Like, to me, that's if it's my money and I'm starting a team and I've got access to X, Y, and Z, what's my selection?
I probably go, so I'm taking postseason out of the equation.
Yeah.
I probably go Trout, Judge, Soto, because of center field.
Fair. I would still go Judge, then Trout, then Soto. I thought about maybe Trout 1 and Judge 2.
Yeah.
I mean,
but if it were postseason or one big at bat, game on the line, they're all in their prime, one at bat, I'm taking Soto.
I don't think anybody's going to, I'm not going to push back on that. I mean, the thing, too, is it's been so long since Mike Trout was Mike Trout. If you and I are sitting in a bar having this conversation 7, 8, 9 years ago, Mike Trout was Mickey Mantle.
Maybe
better.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly.
That was a comparison. What? He's chiming in here on my headset. Why don't you bring that on the air? I don't understand. Go ahead.
Why don't you now just add Giancarlo Stanton to that mix, and who would you take?
Out of the 4?
Yeah.
And what's like to me?
The playoff scenario that you were talking about.
I'd still go Soto 1, strikes out less, and walks more. Soto 1, Stanton 2, Judge 3, Trout 4, because Trout never gets there?
I still would not. I know that Stanton's had big postseason. I think I think it's just, again, I'm not trying to rip the guy. I think it's more
Yankee hater alert.
No, I'd rather have Judge than Stanton, even without
Yes. In the playoffs? No, you're talking playoffs, right?
Yeah, he said playoffs. All
you
the
got to get Stanton.
No, because I think a byproduct of Judge being in that lineup has helped Giancarlo Stanton succeed. I'm not trying to minimize Stanton. I think what he's done in the postseason has been fluky. Maybe a strong word.
You think?
I don't trust him to be consistently dominant. I trust Judge more, and I know he hasn't done it yet.
I know,
but I just don't like Stanton's at bats. If he's on a heater, you can't get the guy out. He's hitting the ball 9,000 miles.
Yeah.
But if he's not, he looks like he doesn't belong in a batter's box.
But here's the thing: he very rarely looks that way in October. It's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't gone over all the numbers. I still would have him. I don't think he belongs in that conversation. BT and Sal on the Fan, 888-808-1019, the number to call.
From the first pitch to the final whistle, WFAN delivers wall-to-wall Yankees, Mets, Giants, and Jets coverage. Because in New York, every game matters. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
I'm Chelsea Messenger, helping you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. Bet of the day is the Phillies on the run line over the Nationals. We're betting on the Phillies to bounce back after dropping yesterday's game to the Reds, and here's why. The Phillies have the third best record in all of baseball when coming off a loss, going 31-19. Jesus Luzardo, who starts today, has 3 straight quality starts, and the Nationals offense has been abysmal over the last month, ranking second worst in all of baseball in WRC+. Bet smarter, beat the books, download the BetMGM app. Please gamble responsibly.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group. Hey, it's Jerry Recco. If you're facing hair loss like I am, I would like to share my journey at Great Many, New York City's cutting-edge hair growth studio. Looking to regrow your hair safely and effectively? Forget those risky pills with scary side effects and costly trips to Turkey. At Great Many, they use PRP, regenerative medicine trusted by pro athletes for recovery. It's a natural, non-surgical solution that really works. Check out my journey and visit greatmany.com/fan to learn more and save $200 today. Don't hesitate. Take action now like I have. Go to greatmany.com/fan to book your treatment or get a free consultation.
When businesses thrive, communities score. That's why Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup here in New York, New Jersey. And our more than 280 local business specialists are ready to help your business win. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
It's the bottom of the ninth, and wait a minute, there's a flood in the dugout?
Who tried to fix the pipes with chewing gum and hope? Call Roto-Rooter. Stat.
Our phone only calls the bullpen.
Bring in the closer.
Time
time to shut down that leak and get out of this jam.
And boom, the pros from Roto-Rooter saved the game.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Town Fair Tire became New England's #1 discount tire dealer by giving you the absolute lowest prices guaranteed. And with over 100 stores from Connecticut to Maine, we'll beat anybody's price. Other dealers, we beat them. Warehouse clubs, we beat them. Online sites, we beat them all every day. So remember, for the absolute guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
How good is a perfectly cooked tomahawk steak? The Chef IQ Sense is the wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking your meat. Order the newly released 3rd generation Chef IQ Sense now and enter code word BOOMER for 15% off at chefiq.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/life. That's ethos.com/life.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoker.
When you travel well, your KLM Royal Dutch Airlines ticket takes you to more than just your destination. It takes you to winding streets, spontaneous detours, and the realization that neither of you is actually good with directions.
Recalculating route.
And when the final shortcut taken isn't exactly short,
Welcome aboard KLM Royal.
our crew is here to give you a trip home that goes just as planned. KLM Royal Dutch Airlines. When you travel, travel well.
Ready to score the biggest deal in breakfast? It's waiting for you at Dunkin'. Dunkin' is serving up the ultimate $5 meal deal. Get 1 premium hot or iced coffee and any 2 delicious wake-up wrap sandwiches for just $5. Whether you're fueling up for a big day or keeping it casual, this deal has you covered. A smooth, bold Dunkin' coffee paired with 2 warm, tasty wake-up wraps? Now that's what we call a big deal. Excludes espresso and cold brew beverages. Modifications may be an additional charge. Participation may vary. Limited time offer cannot be combined with offers. Exclusion and terms apply.
Listen weekdays from 1 to 2 on The Fan for the call of the day with BT and Sal, brought to you by Wind Creek Bethlehem. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Talk sports hands-free. 888-808-1019. Powered by Paramount Plus. Count on Sundays all season long with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Now it's time to power up with BT and Sal.
All right, here we go, BT. A little power up as we do every Thursday on the show here. Power Up is brought to you by Princeton Longevity Center. Experience the power of personalized medicine. And today we're going to power up with the golfers or the people that we'd most like to play golf with. Of course, ahead of playing with Francesca next week, 1 week from today.
Yeah.
We're playing golf with Mike, so we're looking forward to that. So what are the top 5 golfers that you would like to play with? This I found extremely difficult.
Very tough.
Like many of the other 5 golf. And then I was going over just like certain celebrities, whatever. Do they play golf? Because that was kind of a prerequisite.
For sure.
All right, give me your number 5.
Okay, this one's going to be boring to everybody, but it's the most meaningful one to me. My dad. I don't play golf with my dad anymore.
You never have?
No, I used to all the time. It's just, you know what it is with where I'm in Jersey, they're still in Brooklyn. You know, he's getting older. He still plays. But it's, you know, I'm always busy with the kids, the sport, you know that. So, but I used to play with him all the time, and it was just, you know, phenomenal conversation. He was pretty good. So I'm going to take the easy way out and get my dad on that list.
Interesting. I was not thinking along those lines, and maybe I would have thought that way if my father liked golf or if he were, in fact, alive, which he is not. He's dead,
Well,
so he
this
can't
could
make
also
that
be people
list.
no longer with us.
Oh, you have some people?
I don't, but that was part of the...
Daddy's not there, so I didn't have him on the list.
Such an idiot. You always do that, dude. Daddy's
well,
not
if
there.
I can't laugh about it, I'm going to cry about it. I miss him so much. All right, number 5 for me.
What you got?
I'm going to go, and this has something to do with my dad, actually. I'll put Billy Joel on this list. I looked it up real quick to see. You have him on your list?
Keep going.
I looked it up real quick. Does Billy Joel play golf? I mean, we're fascinated by Billy Joel because we just saw this documentary on HBO, love his music. I think there are 2 ways you could look at it, and you could actually have a variation on your list. Either the interest over the course of 18 holes just to shoot the you-know-what with whoever, or the competitiveness of the certain player, which I'm not competitive on the golf course, so maybe that's a little less. But I would have Billy Joel at number 5 on my list.
He's number 4 for me.
Wow.
Now, first of all, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
When I think I know the answer. When Francesca plays golf, does he play music when he plays golf?
No.
I didn't think so. That's probably more of a younger
I don't
thing.
know if anybody ever.
I do all the time.
Interesting.
Are you kidding me?
You play music like what, on your phone or something?
Well, yeah. I've got a little device. Yeah, a little Bluetooth speaker. Sure.
Huh.
And I asked that because to me, I mean, now there's other musicians, but Billy's my all-time favorite.
All right.
How amazing would it be just rolling through 18, playing Billy, and riding next to Billy?
Now, he probably wouldn't like that.
Well,
I would
listen,
think.
he's my guest.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Scenes from an Italian restaurant. Billy will shove this down your throat for the next hour.
All right, so Billy Joel is your number 4.
Yes.
All right, now I'm going to take this in a little bit of a different direction.
Is this an
here.
audible?
No.
Oh, okay,
I'm just saying that I mentioned a couple of things.
I think this is a direction I might be jumping into here soon, too. I know you got.
Number 4, Jessica Alba.
That's the direction I'm getting into next. Go ahead.
I mean, I looked it up. Google, does Jessica Alba play golf? Yes? Okay, well, let's do it. I mean, I love...
Sold. That's great.
I love Jessica Alba, and she's single, by the way, so it's fair game.
You got a shot?
I think,
Well, you're married, but you know what I mean.
No. I want to make sure I didn't pick somebody that was already taken. Who cares if I am? So Jessica Alba, she could play a little bit. You know what? I'd love to sit on the golf course for 18 with Jessica Alba. She would be my number 4.
I got to say this. She's absolutely beautiful.
Hot, dude.
She's on the short list, and I mean the short list, man.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go in that direction as well. I will admit, not this woman is lower. She's not even on my list here.
Okay.
But I wanted a golfing element, and everybody's going, "Oh, Paige Sporadic." No,
yeah.
I'm not here to knock any woman, but it's not Paige either. Give me Natalie Golbis. What are we doing here? Before Paige Sporadic was out there hitting golf shots, Natalie Golbis, number 1, is an elite player. And, you know, I see her on, was that with Billy Hamlin? I feel like I don't even know what channel, maybe MSG. Like, I stumble upon it, like Lessons with Billy Hamlin and with Natalie Golbis. And then they have a couple of drinks in the clubhouse. She's just so cool. Obviously, she's attractive, and she's a hell of a golfer. Natalie Golbis. You got to know, Scones, you got to know who I'm talking about.
You know what's hilarious about that is that when I met my wife on the golf course, she was a cart girl.
Oh, nice.
And when I first started dating her, me and my best friend referred to her as Golbis. Like, he'd be like, "Oh, you hanging out with Golbis tonight?" You know, so that's just, when you said that, I was like, "Oh my, I can't believe you just said that."
Attaboy.
All right, so there you go. That was your number 3,
Number
right?
3, yes.
Now I'm going to try to get it back on track. And by the way, I will say that, you know, some people who didn't make the cut, like Halle Berry, it was either Halle Berry or Jessica
Well, did you
Alba.
read she can't cook or she can't clean? Did you see what Dave Justice said about her the other day?
No.
You didn't see this?
This was recent?
This was like 3 days ago. David Justice, and I pretty much quote, and maybe one of you guys can pull it up just to make sure I don't miss anything. He's like, nah, man. He's like, I knew I could marry her. He's like, she don't cook, she don't clean, she don't do anything.
Now,
yeah.
Are you sure there's not AI?
No, I couldn't stay with her. They were married.
You sure there's not AI? Bob?
Positive.
We're sure.
Positive.
God, David. I like him as a player, but I'm not worried about if she could cook or not. Come on, man. Oh, put it this way, my wife doesn't cook.
He's still with her. Did she clean?
Anyway, Halle Berry. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Well, you say of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
the house is got to do it.
When's the house clean? When the clean woman comes every 2 weeks. That's when it's spotless in my house.
No, she cleans.
My wife's all right with that.
She cleans and cooks on occasion.
Good God Almighty.
But I mean, Halle Berry could get a lot.
Can you imagine just doing a podcast? Just imagine an uncensored podcast.
I'm in trouble. All right. So anyway, Halle Berry did not make the cut here. I'm going to go number 3, Larry David.
It's a good one. He golfs too.
He's a huge golfer. Now, the part of this that, I don't know if he would be as fun as we would want him to be.
He wouldn't be.
Right, which is why I was like, do I want to put him on there? But I still would be fascinated enough to play 18 with him, knowing what he is from what we've seen on TV and knowing how much he loves golf and seeing that, his idiosyncrasies out there on the golf course.
That's a really good call. Like the different machinations, the mental gymnastics that he goes through as he plots his way through.
Beating himself up.
5 hours ago. Right. Interesting. No Boomer or Gio on the list yet so far.
No, they will not make that. I mean, I'm going to play with Gio next week. If we really want to do that, we can make... I kind of went with unrealistic options as opposed to the realistic ones.
Yeah. By the way, I want to get out with Gio before the season gets too cold. All right, so
you get in my spot Wednesday if you want.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Hey, Donnie Baseball. Got to have my all-time favorite athlete out there. You just have to, because if I'm going to go out there and shoot a 96 or a 95 or a 99, depends how I putt, I may as well be out there. And the other, 3 that I gave you are different degrees of distractions. But if I'm going to go out there and get my head handed to me on a golf course, I'm going to do it with somebody that, I honestly think if I played golf with Don Mattingly, that after the round, like you go to the cars, that you have something to eat, I think I'd jump in the car with him and go. I wouldn't let him leave. I would just want to talk about every single conceivable aspect of baseball. Don Mattingly.
I wonder if he's similar with you, that he had to switch, bad back, both lefties, both wore 23. Maybe he had to switch to righty, too, on the golf course. You don't know. Did you look it up? Does he play or you just assume?
He at one point, he was fairly good. I saw one of I guess it was his Yankeeography on Yes, and there was footage of him playing lefty in Indiana, and he was pretty good.
Okay.
Better than me.
It's funny how we did this kind of similarly here. Number 2, I'm going with one of my favorite all-time athletes, Matt Ryan. I'd love to play with Ryan. I know he's an avid golfer, loves it, and to me, it would be fun. Now, again, he's competitive. That's why I love them.
He's going to give you 30 strokes.
Oh, no, well, I don't want to play against him. I want to play with him. As a matter of fact, I'll just sit in the car. I'll drive you. You want me to drive you? I'll pretend I'll carry your bags for you, whatever, your clubs for you, whatever. But I think being out on the golf course with him, I was thinking about it okay, who are my favorite athletes? And let me pick the one of those favorite athletes that I'd like to play with, and Matt Ryan will win out. And I want to have him in the number 2 spot, of course, is number 2. So I would go Matt Ryan.
It's actually very interesting how the thought process to each of these is based, outside of my dad, is exactly the same.
Right.
Music, female, favorite athlete.
Right.
Good God. All right, number 1 for me. So, here's what's happening. First of all, the jokes and the stories and the entertainment are endless with this person. You can have a couple of pops because he likes to get down and get loose, probably smoke a few cigars, have some fun. And how do you not want to play golf with Charles Barkley?
Yeah.
Charles Barkley with the stanky leg. I mean, that swing.
Yeah.
You ever hear Kenny Smith get on him?
Yeah.
Oh, here comes the stanky leg, Shaq. Here the stanky leg. Like Charles Barkley to me is, and the sad thing is, not for him, I'm actually happy for him, but he's actually gotten good again in golf. Like he's fixed some stuff and he's no longer the crazy mess. So maybe it's a different energy there, but Charles Barkley is one of I think he's one of the most interesting people on the face of the planet.
Yeah.
I really do.
Love Charles Barkley. He was, I wrote his name down, but he was off my list. Just because, I love him, but there's one more person I'd rather play with. And again, some omissions, like Barkley, I think you could say that for. Jordan would be just fascinating because he's Michael Jordan. But you're talking about the ultimate competitor. you're going to have as much...
bring cash.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You're not going to have as much fun with him as you would Barkley because he's not... That's just not...
He's going to be pressing you on the second hole for the Nassau.
Brady, I think, could be a fun...
Yeah, Tom Brady's a good one.
Yeah, so, I mean, those are...
Peyton.
But those are the
Peyton's
guys,
cool.
the all-time greats.
Okay.
One other guy I left off would be Ian Eagle for those same... Like, I don't know if he plays golf or not, but just hanging out with Ian Eagle for 18 holes would be a lot of fun. My number one, the Sandman, Adam Sandler. I didn't even know he was really big into golf. I know about Happy Gilmore. We know about Happy Gilmore 2. And then we saw him play golf with, who's the dude? What was it? Scheffler? I don't know. Did you see this, Rascona? Where
did he do this? No, he did this.
He did
with,
whatever one of those YouTube things. Okay, whatever one of those guys.
I think he tries to break 50 with Bryson DeChambeau.
Break 50, right. So he did that. Once I saw that, I was like, man, imagine playing 18 with the Sandman.
Oh, man.
You're going to have stories. You're going to have laughs. He's competitive enough to where that's a part of it as well. He would be my number one, Adam Sandler. Hanging out with him,
it's a great call. Sal, how about playing a foursome just to stay with that golf, comedic theme? How about going with not only the Sandman, but Rodney Dangerfield, connect Caddyshack with Happy Gilmore. Those are good lists here. Oh my God, golf is.
I hate it.
No, I was kind of going there in my own mind, while I was pausing. Like, there's so many things to love about it, but I've played so many great courses, and I've so rarely enjoyed it because I'm so fixated on the stupid score or how I look. Like, I would like to get to a point where, I don't mean how I look physically, like what am I wearing, how my game's coming out. Like, I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is I'm envious of people who could step on a course and just enjoy themselves without putting their brain in mental knots for hours like I sometimes do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's a bad place to be because...
It is.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's coming up soon.
I don't want.
Thursday.
I just like playing nine so I can get the hell out of there. All right, yeah, it's fun seeing you guys. Great, that was fun.
No.
Nothing's going to happen on the back nine that didn't happen on the front nine.
No.
Yeah.
See, that's where you and I disagree. Like, at least if I'm going to play, I can't play nine. If I'm going out to play golf, I've got to play 18. And because if I play awfully, which I could on the front nine, I'm like, all right, back nine, chance at redemption. I'm even the kind of guy where if I play 18 and I don't play the way, even if I play well, I'll go to the range. I'll hit 3 buckets after 18.
You're
like I'm a range rat.
Yeah, you're a lunatic.
Yeah,
I want out of there. I'm thinking by hole nine, I'm bored with it. I'm like, okay, great. Oh,
really?
Yeah. Look, there's the hole way out there. Here's the tee. Put the ball up. Take your swing. Hit it in the woods. Put it in the fairway.
Yeah. Now Rascone's a golfer. Hold on.
He's a big golfer.
He's very good.
Yeah.
He hasn't been golfing as much because he's busy with his son playing baseball. I get it. You play music when you play. You have to.
I do not.
You don't.
Gio is astonished by that. I don't play any music. No.
Wow.
Gio plays music?
Nah, Gio plays music.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. He can't believe that I don't. He's a big country guy.
I have never, now, not that I'm out there as much as you guys, but obviously I've played quite a bit over the, however many years of my life. I've never once been out to golf with any different variations of people and ever had anybody playing music.
Well, think about this. If you played, I'll throw a number out, 100 rounds in your life.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not
Probably
bringing
fewer,
you played more than 100,
No,
you
probably,
think?
I said probably fewer than that.
Okay. But you're not bringing a Benzie, like a boombox out in 19... Like, there's only so many...
It has picked up steam over the last couple of years. I see more and more people doing it now than I've ever have.
Well, when I first started playing it, what I would do is I would play at my old place and maybe hit balls and then jump on the back nine by myself and just kind of crank it up because it was 7 o'clock at night, kind of empty. But now you're right. It's more socially acceptable. Nobody even asks you hey, you good with some music? It's like, we're just playing music and it's going to roll. Not too loud, but we're listening to music.
I don't mind it.
Me
I'm not
neither.
oh, these guys are playing music.
No,
I personally don't. Got to stay locked in, man. Golf, you got to be locked in mentally.
I like the peace and quiet of the green.
Nature, birds.
That's part of the appeal. You're out there, you don't hear a damn thing.
It is.
BT and Sal on the fan. We'll finish up on the phones. 888-808-1019 is the number to call.
All right. Speaking of going out and playing with Francesca, since it's out east for us now, we're going to be in the car for a long time. And thank God I'm going to be in my Cadillac here, Sal. 4 distinct all-electric Cadillacs. Some drive them for the performance, which I also do. Also the comfort. Others for the range. Some drive them, well, let's face it, you want to make an entrance as you pull into that golf course. Oh, look, BT and Sal in the Cadillac. Francesca's thinking. No, he won't. Anyway, 3 different ways to turn every drive into an occasion. Whatever you guys are driving a Cadillac for, never been a better time right now to say, hey, let's take the Cadillac.
Yeah, the all-electric Lyric or the all-electric Cadillac family, including the Lyric. That's what I drove last year. Check out their Cadillac family of vehicles, Escalade IQ, Vistic, Optic, and that Lyric. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today. The BT and Sal Show on the Fan is presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac is the official luxury vehicle of the New York Mets.
It's Keith McPherson at night on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
If you don't think that some of them look at Juan Soto like, bro, you make a ton of money. You make $90,000 per at bat to kill worms. You make $90,000 per at bat. You can't hustle to first. You make $900,000 a series, and you're asleep out in right field.
Listen to Keith McPherson on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Andrew Bogish with an Odyssey Sports Minute. So when do we start panicking about the Dodgers? 6 weeks ago, they had a 9-game lead atop the NL West. This morning, after getting swept in Anaheim, they are 1 game behind the Padres. Their starting rotation is getting healthy, including Shohei Ohtani, once again a dual threat. But nothing has mattered right now. They'll still make the playoffs, but how far can they actually go? I'm Andrew Bogish.
Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little Chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
If you didn't think skipping breakfast was a big deal, you'd be right. Before. But now, Wendy's has Buck Biscuits. We're talking sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or even the Honey Buddy chicken biscuit for just $1 each. Seriously, you can get all 3 if you want. They're just $1, so you'll never skip breakfast again. If you're smart. Breakfast for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Limit 5 qualifying items per transaction. Not valid in a combo while supplies last.
Getting engaged will be one of the most exciting times of your life, and the winning team at London Jewelers is there to help you pop the big question. They have the cutting-edge technology and trained professionals at London Jewelers to help you select a ring from their beautiful 2x London collection, or even design the absolute perfect ring to fit within everyone's budget. So whether you're starting out or starting over, why not let the engagement experts at London Jewelers help you out? You could visit London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations, including the Americana Manhasset and the Ball at Short Hills.
Bronx. Queens. Bronx. Queens.
Hey, Mitch.
Bronx.
What are they arguing about?
Which borough has the better team?
Queens. Hey,
Bronx.
guys, be careful. Nobody has fixed that sidewalk in years.
Rothenberg Law Firm.
InjuryLawyer.com. Now what are they arguing about?
Which personal injury lawyer to call? Rothenberg Law Firm.
Should we tell them that the Rothenberg Law Firm is InjuryLawyer.com?
Nah, I find this amusing. They'll figure it out.
Lawyer for injured ones. InjuryLawyer.com.
The times you spend with your friends and loved ones are the best and will become lifetime memories. Make sure you stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Learn the dangers and risks of this frightening, deadly drug at stayinthepic.nj.gov. Visit stayinthepic.nj.gov. From New Jersey Human Services.
The Fun in the Sun event is on at Nielsen Dodge. Get a great deal on the new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram you really want. With 0 down payment available, plus the credit help you need. At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat. Shop online at nielsendodge.com. Make this the summer event.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
I'm Barry Colstein. I am a violin maker. Precision is part of my profession. 5 years ago, when I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, I chose CyberKnife. CyberKnife only hit the tissue that was affected by the cancer. Treatment was 5 days, virtually no side effects. I'm healthy, and I'm basically cured.
For an appointment, call NYU Langone's Perlmutter Cancer Center at 833-1-CYBER. That's 833-ONECYBR.
This summer, stay cool and hydrated with the official water of Major League Baseball, Primo Brands. With Primo Brands water delivery, you get premium hydration from trusted brands like Poland Spring, Pure Life, and Saratoga, delivered right to your door. Stock up for the game or just keep everyone refreshed. Still, sparkling or flavored, there's something for everyone. And the best part, you call the shots. Whether you need a few cases or a few weeks supply, Primo's flexible delivery fits your schedule. So step up to the plate, hydrate like a pro with Primo Brands, the official water sponsor of MLB. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps. Call of the Day with Brendan Tierney and Sal Licata on The Fan.
How about this, Daryl? Instead of Willie Mays coming here and playing for the final 2 or 3 years, imagine if Willie Mays was a career Met, and you broke his home run mark. You're gonna write down goes Willie on the baseballs? No way.
No, I mean I would never do anything like that. You know. And, you know, like I said before, it's a different time, different generation. I'm not here to judge Pete or any of those guys. I wish them all well. If they ever, really wanted to know how good I was, they would really go to the highlight reel and look at it for real and say, man, this guy was different. He did something special. He just didn't hit home runs. He, played the field, ran bases, won championships, all-star games. He did it all, and did it with a lot of pride of winning. Because at the end of the day, you can have all the records and numbers you want, but if you don't win nothing there, it will not mean a thing.
There we go, Straw. That's what we're looking for, baby. How many home runs he hit in Game 7 of the World Series? How about those rings? Show that bling. Oh, that was fun talking to Straw.
Show that bling.
In case you missed it, check it out on the free Odyssey app. Having some fun with the inscription from Alonso, but Straw was good about having some fun with it with the Alonso thing. It didn't really take major issue with it. You see Pat Leonard's tweet here, BT?
About?
Giants edge rusher Kayvon Thibodeau was asked for his evaluation of Justin Fields as a quarterback after 2 days of practices against the Jets. Obviously, they've been practicing against each other here. Thibodeau says he honestly can't give one because Fields has had to spend so much time running and scrambling away from the Giants' pass rush.
I saw that. Also seems as if Kayvon's put on some good functional weight. He seems to be a little bit more stout in the run game this year, which is interesting. I mean, people are actually saying that, so good for him. Because he had to grow in that department. Yeah, I did read that.
Which is weird because I never thought he wasn't... Like, if anything, I thought he was too big at times. It seems a little slow to me, but...
Yeah, I mean, he just was almost too much or too one-dimensional. He's got to diversify his game, and you got to stop the run, become a little more stout. It looks like he put some good time in the weight room, so good for him. I saw that. Listen, to me, it's more of a reflection on what I perceive, certainly going into the season, to be the absolute undeniable strength of the Giants, more so than what's going to be a real weakness for the Jets. I think the Jets' O-line's going to be really good, top 10-ish.
Yeah.
And I think the Giants' pass rush is going to be phenomenal.
Training camp coverage on WFAN is brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico. Sticking with the NFL, Whitey calling from Bayshore. What's up, Whitey?
Hey, what's up, BT? What's up, Bozo? How you guys doing?
Oh, God, get out of here. Come on, man.
Whitey, you should come with a little more respect, but because I'm a nice guy, I'll let you continue your point. Now, go ahead.
So you guys are saying Baker's a bust. He's a top 10 quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
What's with the disrespect?
No, Whitey, why don't you clean out your ears and hear what we said? He's a bust relative to the expectation. He was picked number 1 overall by the Browns. Do you remember that, or you forget
Whatever you say, Bozo. Yeah. Whatever you say, Bozo.
No, Whitey, why can't you be nice? Why do you got to be disrespectful?
I'm trying so hard, but I got to deal listening to you every freaking day.
Whitey, I don't understand your problem here. He was drafted by the Browns as a number 1 overall pick. He hasn't lived up to the expectation. So you don't like me for whatever reason, and that's fine. You don't have to like me. Not everybody does. Get in line. I got news for you. Ask my wife. Some days she doesn't like me either. We're talking sports here. And of call somebody bozo repeatedly, you know who that makes look bad? You. It makes you look bad. Talk sports. Come on and say, Sal, you're wrong about Baker. Here's why. And I would fight you off and say, well, I'm talking about with the Browns, not with the Bucs. We acknowledge what he did with the Bucs. But relative to where he was selected, he's a bust. Top 10 quarterback right now. Yeah, I know. We said the same thing about Daniel Jones. NFL Talk on the Fan is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday on CBS and Paramount Plus all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
I got to tell you, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you there.
You know.
I'm proud of you.
You know, I got to get that read in, otherwise it would have been maybe a different story.
Yeah, that was the obstacle. I'm proud of you. There's a time to bite back for sure, and there's a time to just let somebody sound dumb on their own.
Yeah. Well,
you played that well.
The biting back is fun, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
In that case, like,
that's
come on,
great.
dude.
That's just,
we're talking about Baker Mayfield, and that's how you come on. Like, I don't understand it. People want to have personal attacks. Some don't like me. Some don't like you. We're talking sports. We're people just like you. It shouldn't be that serious. You get into fights sometimes. You get into arguments. You call people names. Like, it's something, I'll call somebody an idiot. I don't love that. It just comes out sometimes. Yeah. Same thing if you're arguing with your wife. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's part of it. But just the disrespect, it doesn't make any sense. We're talking sports here. Make your sports point and keep it moving.
Now, when you're mad at somebody and you text them something, do you go exclamation point or you go period?
I'd go period for more effect. Good finish it. The exclamation point, you can't take that seriously. All right, that does it for us. I'll be out tomorrow.
Yeah, have fun.
Going to Saratoga.
By yourself, I heard.
Wish me luck, yeah. This is an actual fun trip.
This is the fun trip.
No wife, no kid.
Let loose. I had my guys' trip last weekend. Go get it, man. I got you tomorrow.
Enjoy the show tomorrow. Thanks to Scones. Brian Rascona filling in for Dove. Thanks to Hop. As always, thanks to everybody who listened and called. We appreciate each and every one of you. BT back tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'll see you next week. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Evan and Tiki, they're coming up next.
Baseball heartbreak